I'm Frankie McDonald, and you're watching SimpCast, starring Chrissie Mayr.
Hey everybody, I'm going to address the issue. I did not start the fires at all. People start rumors about Frank don't start fires. It wasn't true at all. I didn't start fires at all. I don't start fires at all. The Frank don't.
Sally ride, heavy metal suicide.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Oh, she's in pounce mode.
Use the middle finger if she could. Watch this, watch this. She's literally in the pre-pouncing position.
Uh-oh.
Look. Why does she hate you so? Come on. Six, that's your stepmom.
It's not too bad. Look at that.
You know what's a little more
out there. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl?
Oh my god, Six is such a cunt. How can you let that stand, Gino?
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Yeah.
Stock up on emergency clams, just 79 cents a can. And on your way out, try your luck at our new arcade machine.
Buddy. Daddy. No. Don't try to bring your dress. No.
Wow, this Thursday, this true. You really just will eat anything.
The best podcaster in the world. Chrissie Mayr.
This is a comedian who's famous in her own right, born in Rockville Center, Long Island, a fellow Islander. I remember taking the train home from Howard Stern and NYU, and you always knew you were getting close to Massapequa when you hear Rockville Center. Rockville Center is the next stop, and then you go down the line, but at least you know you're out of the city. She hosts a show called The Wet Spot on Compound Media. She recently just got married, and I want to congratulate her. right here in person, if you will, or through this stream. And I wish her well, ladies and gentlemen, the queen of the Dabbleverse, the first lady in dabbling, the real architect of Dabblers Anonymous without even trying. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chrissie Mayr to the show.
Oh my God, John, what an introduction. Wow, what an introduction. Hello, boys and girls. Sorry for the late start. It is Sunday, August 6th, 2023. We are late because I am a woman and I can't figure out my own computer that I've owned for many years. Welcome to SimpCast. Hope you guys are doing well. Before I bring in our gorgeous, talented, smart, fabulous panel, I have a couple of shows to promote with all of y'all. This week, it's Sunday, so technically this week, Tuesday, I'm flying to Texas. I'll be headlining in Austin at Roscoe's Comedy Club. They just changed the show time from 10 p.m. to 8 p.m., which is great news. It's a much better time. It's a little bit more friendly. You know, if you're maybe above 45, maybe that opens it up for you. So come to the show in Austin. We'll be at Roscoe's Comedy Club Wednesday, August 9th. Lila Hart will be opening for me at that show. Then we got Anime Matsuri Thursday, August 10th through Sunday, August 13th. Our panel time was just confirmed for Sunday at, I believe, 1 p.m. So stay tuned for exact location, but it looks like the SimpCast panel will be Sunday at 1 p.m. And then I will be headlining in Houston at the Secret Group Friday, August 11th, 7 o'clock show. This venue, the Secret Group, it is like 8 minutes away. It's an 8-minute walk from the George R. Brown Convention Center where Anime Matsuri is going to be held. So if you're going to be at this convention, come to the comedy show. Come hang out. All your favorite people will be there. Myself, Lila Hart will be opening. I think Nerdrotic will stop by. I think Nick Ricada will be there. So it'll be just a great hang. Good times all around. And then Saturday, August 12th, I'll be stopping by the Liberty Awards in Austin, Texas. I believe that will be at the Vulcan. And you can vote for me for, best stand-up. They do a bunch of awards that you can vote on. So I guess go to the American Liberty Awards. Gosh, I'm not sure of their website, but Google it. You can find it if you're so inclined to vote. And then I'll be back in Los Angeles September 8th and 9th headlining the Pineapple Hill Saloon. I'll be there with Keanu Thompson and Lila Hart. We are working on a couple other appearances while we're out there in LA, so stay tuned. Then I'm doing a comedy fundraiser out in Mahopac, New York, Saturday, September 23rd. Back in Long Island in Bellmore at the Brokerage Comedy Club, October 27th and 28th. Then I'm back to Tampa, Florida, Sunday, December 3rd at the Side Splitters Comedy Club. Tickets just went on sale for that show, so move on in on them. Then back in San Diego, March 1st and 2nd in 2024. More gigs to come, so stay tuned to ChrissieMayr.com for more details, etc. And thank you. And as always, if there is a cool-based venue by you who would book someone such as myself, tweet at them, tweet at me, email them, call them, connect us. I will perform anywhere. I've performed at an Elks Lodge. I'll perform in a locker room. You guys know me. I'll go wherever they'll have me. Okay, let's bring in, without further ado, our gorgeous and talented panel. I don't think anyone here is new. We have one SimpCast newbie. And if you've been following my interview programs, you may recognize her. It's Radix Verum, a.k.a. Christina. Her last name is a mystery. We don't need it. You're like Cher. You're just
yes, that's right.
One name phenomena. Hello, Christina.
Total mystery. Hello.
I love it.
Thank you.
You have to leave a little bit to the imagination. That's what my grandmother always said. We got Candice Horbacz, Melonie Mac, LeeAnn Star, and XRay Girl. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello. Yes, I'm very excited. I know Melonie will be joining me at Anime Matsuri next weekend, and you can definitely come see us I'll have a SimpCast booth there. So come by, say hi. We'll be in and out. And always look to our Twitter for exact times and all that. Melonie, are you planning on doing a cosplay?
Yes, I got my Sailor Mars coming in. So
Ooh.
I'm so excited. That's my favorite one.
mine too.
I ordered a Sailor Moon and a blonde wig, and so I don't know. We'll see. None of the sailors are really feisty redheads, so I was
Right.
like,
Yeah, they need redhead representation.
Yeah.
I don't feel represented. I'm so angry. I can't wait to remake all the Sailor Moon everything in a couple of years and ruin it for everyone. I don't see myself. Guys, hello, welcome, ladies. I'm so excited. I'm just going to go around the horn and see what's new with everyone. Hi, Christina. What's new with you? And for people who are not familiar with you, let the good people know about your channel and what interests you. This is like an interview.
Yes. Well, my channel is just Radix Verum, but I also have a documentary I'm working on about the Governor Whitmer Fednapping hoax, and that has its own separate channel, which is K&K Film. I have it in the right below my name. You can see the website there. It's the same thing, so you can subscribe to that, and you can watch the trailer for my documentary. I just got back from doing like 6 to 8 crucial interviews, so I'm like almost done with it. I have maybe 2 more, maybe 3 that I need to finish, and then we can go into the editing phase. So it's very exciting.
I thought you were going to say I've done 9 interviews and I'm sick of talking about what I'm doing.
No. Oh, yes and no.
I know the feeling, but good to have you here, popping your SimpCast cherry. It's going to be great. Candice Horbacz, what is new with you and the Chatting with Candice podcast?
Just recording, and I recently did your show, which was awesome, and yeah, just excited to be here.
I love it. I love a concise response. XRay girl, love of my life. I just saw you on Friday. What's new? What's new with Poor Choices? What's new with your channel?
Well, I actually started. So in 2 weeks, I'm supposed to be hiking. I'm like, I haven't done the stairs in so long. So I did the super thoughterly thing. I'm like, you know what? For every $1 that's donated, I'm going to do some sort of squat rep of something. And let's just say the chat has been abusing that. My legs are so sore. I'm keeping like 20-pound dumbbells by my chair.
They're like, drop it low. That's
so. It's gonna hopefully be helpful when I'm traipsing the mountains. Somewhere in Europe, I'll announce.
Are you okay? So this is related to a vacation. I was like, are you gonna do like climb like some sort of? I can't think of one mountain. That's how retarded I am. I'm like, are you gonna climb the Swiss Alps? Like, just name one mountain, Chrissy. Just name any mountain at all.
Mount Everest. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Yes, Mount Everest. This is the one everyone dies on.
Not going to that one, thank goodness. But yeah, something that is hopefully not going to be too bad. I know my feet are going to end up probably being really beat up by the end, but hopefully worth it. So yeah, chat, you're helping me. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say from everything I've heard, don't walk around in wet socks. Keep an extra set of drawers. You never know when you can meet your husband. Wait, never mind. You already have met your husband. That's my mom.
If he's there while I'm hiking, I feel like
that's all of my mother's advice wrapped into one. Yeah, like always keep extra panties on you and don't go out looking bad. Good to see you, X-Ray girl. Melonie Mac, what's new with you? And eat any good meat lately? What's poppin'?
Yeah, steak. I had some bison burger patties today. They were amazing. Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, basically just kind of same old with my Melonie Mac Go Boom channel, uploading about nerdy commentary, social commentary stuff. And then I stream when I feel like it, which is kind of sporadic. Mostly over at Kick. I started there, so Kick at Melonie Mac. Other than that, I've just been on my parents' farm a lot, trying to keep the animals alive in this heat. So, yeah, it's been intense.
Is it just you just yelling at them like, go towards the shade, drink water?
We're putting ice in their water and stuff because it's been like over 100 degrees and it's just been very hot. The chickens have been really struggling, especially. So we're just bringing out ice cubes in their water periodically and doing our best. It's tough right now. Can't wait for this heat to just cool down a little bit more.
That's so wholesome, though. I just love the idea of you prancing around a farm. Do the animals know about your carnivore diet situation, or do they walk around like afraid of you?
Thankfully, they don't, or they would be scared of me. But yeah, I do absolutely love that my parents have this little farm because it's such a great escape from everything. Like during the week, I'm just always on the computer, always playing video games, always surrounded by electronics. And then on the weekends, I go over there, unplug, and just, drink raw milk and eat raw yogurt with honey and watch
I saw that.
And
That looks
the
so
cow.
good.
It's amazing. I love it.
And if they get out of line, you just chase them around with a knife and fork.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
like a butter.
Yeah.
Let them know who's boss. LeeAnn Starr coming back on the show. Did not forget to wear her cleavage. I love it. She's here. What's new, LeeAnn? What's going on with you?
Nothing. Just dealing with disgusting people every day. That's about it.
Welcome to being a woman. Yeah.
It's not even that. It's like the trafficking shit. Like it's been bad. So like it's that, not like people online. I don't really get that many perverts in my DMs and stuff. I think because I always make fun of them, so they kind of stopped. But yeah, no, like that stuff. It's literally nothing else lately.
So you're just like, let me not get black-pilled on life and on all things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Sound of Freedom.
I didn't either.
Gosh, I cried like 4
Yeah.
or 5 times. It's definitely worth the watch.
I saw Oppenheimer. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but at the end, Barbie does not go for Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Oh no!
Barbie completely dismisses him. Yes, she.
This feels like a Titanic situation all over again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I gotta see Sound of Freedom. It's on my list. I will definitely see it soon. There's been so much going on in the news. I wonder, LeeAnn, did you see that story? This was not something I was planning to talk about, but I saw it, of course, in the New York Post. There was a woman who came out and she was like giving the inside scoop on Hunter Biden, and she was like, yeah, I was a stripper. I basically fleeced him for like 20 grand, and he was like a dog. I could basically treat him like a dog, like all these, he was, and she for some reason knew, or the article mentioned like other foreign nationals specifically referred to Hunter Biden as a dog, and that he's like, he has no skills. He's just a crackhead. He's literally just like, oh my God. Okay, now I really do want to find this because it was brutal.
I didn't see that either.
Why I found it funny.
But yeah, but he was very like
funny.
He was like a frat boy. Like when I met him, like he acts like a 13-year-old boy in an adult body. Like he's very frat boy, like dumb. Like he's dumb. Like I don't know if he's like actually slow or like he's just never matured. And I mean, wouldn't blame him. Look at his fucking family, but yeah, he wasn't
right.
very
It's
smart.
like, what do we expect? I guess I just expect more because usually, like pre-social media, the sons and daughters of politicians and the elite were all kind of protected, and they lived very private lives. And this is the first, I guess, son or daughter of a president that has just been exceptionally messy. And just when you think you've seen it all from Hunter, there's more and more and more coming out. So this is just so funny. We all know these photos. A lot of us probably saw these photos before the election, back when they were denying the whole laptop story. So this headline says Hunter Biden sold himself as power broker when he was actually an easily manipulated lowlife, says ex-stripper.
Oh
and
my God.
imagine you're these girls, like he's just like not a care in the world. Look at his face.
No shame.
He's just so happy.
Not a concern, not a thought, not
No.
even like a, did I leave the oven on? Is this possibly a bad idea? Like, could these girls possibly leak this? You know, she can see the phone. It's red, you know?
Yeah,
and he's
like,
just
he
like,
does not care.
he's like, yeah, I look good. I did 3 push-ups.
Oh my God.
Hunter Biden is definitely the type of guy to do push-ups before a girl comes over.
Oh yeah. He
So
just
Hunter
says
Biden-
like wild shit too. Like he'll just say anything. He was saying really racist ass shit. Like it was really crazy. Like he was
he was saying no yellow, right?
Yeah, like him and this other dude were like joking about the Democrats still being the party of slavery. And this was 2011, mind you. So I did not care about politics at all. And yeah, I just remember them talking about that and like laughing hysterically. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay, well, yeah, he's pretty weird and racist as fuck.
He's so over. It's just we know too much about him. Hunter Biden sold himself to Chinese and Ukrainian officials as a brilliant conduit to the halls of American power, a closer on the rise who could leverage his vice president father's clout to get deals done and around the globe. But as his abandoned laptop revealed, behind closed doors, the future first son was a crack-addled, selfie-obsessed. That's kind of the saddest part to me is the fact just how much Hunter loved to take selfies.
He's stupid. Why would you do that and then leave
Some of
your
the stuff
laptop?
he
It's like he wanted to be caught.
It's proof.
I love the how they memed him when they're mocking him, saying how Hunter Biden leaves the house and there's like GoPros all over it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. And most guys, like, they don't. I think most guys, it's fair to say, don't take a lot of photos.
Right,
Like
yeah.
it's always up to like the wife, girlfriend, like the woman in their
Yep.
life usually takes the photos, but not Hunter. Oh, he doesn't, and he'll take photo. He won't even go through his camera roll and be like, oh my God, this is the worst angle possible. Delete.
Right.
And that's how you can tell Hunter is what is he? He's got to be in his 50s, so he's at least Gen X, right? This is how you can tell he takes the worst possible double, triple chin, does not stop him. He does not think to suck in, to lean forward. He does no camera tricks. He doesn't pop a filter on there, nothing, not a face tune, not a filter. He's like, I look great today. I look great in every photo.
Just no
And he's
fucks
like,
given.
just let him go straight to the cloud, not a care in the world. So he's selfie-obsessed sex fiend with a roster of hookers bigger than the bureaucracies of some small countries. And now an ex-stripper from his past. Where did they find this woman is what I want to know. She's come forward to confirm the tawdry and pathetic character cloaked in designer suits and to mock the party boy as a patsy who was led around by the nose. Far from this is like poetry, the New York Post. Bravo. Far from a bull or a bear, the first son was an easily manipulated puppy dog, according to the former exotic dancer who went by the stage name Kennedy. How presidential. The Post agreed to withhold her real name because she fears for her and her family's safety. I'm like, who is it? Laura Bush? She admitted she fleeced the son for nearly $20,000 during her relationship with him from 2018 to 2019. I mean, wow. I feel like I'm going Dutch on too many dates. I'm like 20,000 in a year.
Yeah.
Jesus. This was the same period of time Hunter Biden was notoriously polishing his credentials as an international power broker and raking in millions for himself and his family. He was like a dog that I dragged and led on, says Kennedy 35, told a researcher from the nonprofit investigative organization Marco Polo in a stunning text exchange obtained by the Post. I just led him on and played with him like a walking ATM. This reminds me so much of Cardi B's moment where she sort of glamorized. Well, she would make guys, go unconscious and then root through their wallet, whereas Hunter was just like, this girl really likes me. You know what I mean? Like everyone's first trip to a strip club is like, wow, we're really connecting, except he just feels that way for a year. And look at him. Again, he's like, I look great. I feel great.
So short. Oh, no.
Yeah.
He's not
probably
like
high
there's
all the
no
time,
attempt to
so-
like
No
Very
attempt
flattering.
to suck in. I mean, like
flex,
he's
like,
not,
sucking
you know,
in. He's just like
he's not
posture.
gigantic. He's fine looking. He's not fine looking, but it's like he's just not a care. I had a few guys like Hunter who I would lead on and take tips and shopping from and leave them hanging. It's just part of the stripper gig. Get all you can out of these idiots and move on. I mean, yeah, she's not going to start a life with Hunter Biden. Kennedy's remarks come just days after Hunter Biden's business partner, Devin Archer, offered testimony to the House Oversight Committee, revealing that Joe Biden phoned into meetings with business associates on at least 20 occasions. Both Hunter and Archer served on the board of Burisma, a Ukrainian energy company, which, by the way, was going to go bankrupt without U.S. involvement, whose CEO, Mykola Ziochevsky, also allegedly compared Hunter to a dog.
Wow.
I have to see this. I have to see why. My dog is smarter than Hunter. Key quotes from secret FBI file. How this is so embarrassing.
Oh, that's sad.
I don't think
I
he
had
cares.
to Google how old he was. He's 53. Like, this is embarrassing for a 53.
Wow. It's tough.
Some kids just don't want to grow up. Oh God! All right, I'll send you money later, New York Post. Ziochevsky made some comment that although Hunter Biden was stupid and his dog was smarter, Zlochevsky needed to keep Hunter Biden on the board so everything will be okay. An FBI informant told the Bureau in June 2020 Hunter was appointed to the board of Burisma despite having no relevant experience. Isn't it great being the president's son? Like.
Yeah. Doors is open for you.
yeah.
But can you put on a suit? Great, you're hired. In April 2014, and earned $83,333 per month.
Damn.
Unbelievable.
Per
Not per
month.
year.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Do you know how many strippers that could buy? I have no idea.
That's wild.
Hunter Biden and his family made at least $17 million from foreign sources, according to IRS whistleblowers who investigated his finances. I was able to finesse Hunter without sex because I'm beautiful and smart, Kennedy wrote in the phone texts. I saw a whale and took advantage. Normally, I'd hear this and I would feel bad for the man in the situation, but I'd be like, good for you. Who wants to have sex with this? Who wants to take off their clothes and have this staring back at him? I would be like, are you going to fucking stab me? What's going on?
There's
You
no
start
amount
here-
of money I would ever take to fuck him, dude. There's just no way.
None.
It's not worth it. Money
Look
is
at
not
that.
worth it.
Look at the look in his eyes. Like,
Yeah.
my goodness.
He starts getting undressed and then he just puts on hungry eyes.
Yeah, there's like no one behind there. There's just nothing there.
Those are
It's
cluster
weird.
B eyes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Goofers.
It's creepy. He's just weird. He's a weird guy. He's definitely someone that takes full nudes, like with his face and his dick in it, and sends them.
Yes.
But yeah, like he gives no fucks. He just doesn't even think about it. I don't think.
Oh, I couldn't stop looking at all the Hunter Biden nudes. I couldn't look away. I had to see
Oh
more
my
because
God.
he is the only person. I've seen a lot of nudes in my day, gals, and he is just so insistent on getting his
Yeah.
whole face and head
I know,
in these
why?
nude photos. It's like, for what's going on? Do you need that for scale? Like, why do you need to have your dick and
I
your
don't know.
face
That's
in
like
there?
so amateur. Like what? I had a hockey player do that with his face in it. I was like, dude, you're lucky I'm cool. I was like, don't ever do that. Do not ever send a girl your face, yo. Like ever. I was like, don't do that. I was like, they're gonna use it for blackmail and shit. Like, don't do that. Don't put your face in it, dumbass.
You guys in the chat that are saying that we would be down if we didn't know that he was Hunter Biden. No, you need to have a little
no.
more faith in us because
He
like
is
Look at
unattractive
these where people
regardless,
make
dude.
up fan fictions about us. They're like, oh, a bunch of women, they're
Yeah.
all whores.
just
I
because
know
a
it's like
man
stereotype
has a
that women
wallet,
care about money, but we don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not worth it. Like
It's
I don't care about
not.
money
Oof.
like that. Nah.
this is putting they put the lotion on the skin eyes right here.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
That's like you might end up with a red scarf around your neck, eyes
Yes.
hanging from a door. Like, no thanks. Good on that.
I like my life.
So good for Kennedy. Good for Kenny for getting that bag without letting Hunter Biden stick it in her. Kennedy told Marco Polo that when she met Hunter Biden through the strip club and admitted that they had sex once with protection. Of course, I would make him put on 10 condoms.
Oof.
I would be like, put a condom on your arms and legs.
I don't like the way his boobs look. They freak me out. I do not like that. It's like weird. It's like pancakes.
Hunter, for all his money and time,
There's
Hunter,
no peck definition.
like go lift a weight. You have nothing but time and money and resources. And he
like,
this
do you
homeboy,
want that sweaty titty all over you, like on top of you?
Oh,
Fuck no.
I just feel like he looks stinky too. Like,
yeah, dude.
he looks
no
very
thanks.
stinky.
He looks like he never showers, especially there. He looks like he should be on like Requiem for a Dream or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Kennedy
he
said
does-
he's a piece
He's
of shit, but
grandma
most
arms.
he does have. Yeah, I feel like those arms are about to serve a meatloaf. Those don't look like. Those arms do not look like they should be signing oil deals. Okay, these
I
are
call them lunch lady arms.
these are lemon meringue arms.
Oh my god.
These are chicken parmesan arms. Okay.
Oh my god. He
He's a
thinks he
piece of
looks like hot in that picture too.
He
Like,
does.
That's crazy.
The confidence. The confidence.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's a piece of shit, but most addicts are. Kennedy noted he was a fucking crackhead. And here's what's crazy. It's like you're Joe Biden or you're the inner circle. Joe Biden's not new to the office, right? Why wouldn't you make it your number one priority? Like, hey, let's put him in rehab and like not stop until he's can go out in public and have laptops again. You know, like,
they need to hire someone to like erase his phone every night that just has his phone or his laptop and just goes through it.
Secret Service actually make everything about him secret.
Yeah, like what in the hell is wrong? Like they could do that. You could hire someone like a handler or something, check his shit. Like this is crazy.
Isn't that the point of it?
He have a handler.
He should have
son.
20
handlers to me that all this shit's coming out. Like it's
and maybe they just don't care about him. Maybe he can't be tamed. He's just a wild beast with a chain. But I just don't know. He just has liability written all over him. And this is clearly not the first time some shit has happened. It had to get this messy for people to be like, huh, okay.
I think he always felt like he was in his brother's like shadow, and like his brother was his dad's favorite.
Okay, but grow the fuck up also. Do you know what I mean? You're 53 years old. You should be taking selfies with your dick and face in it.
Oh my
Grow
God.
up.
Yeah. I mean, but they let him marry his dead brother's wife, so the family is no better. So yeah, I don't think they care, honestly.
Yeah, they were like, reduce, reuse, recycle, climate change.
Sharing is like no one stopped them. Like, no, maybe don't do that. I don't know.
Wow.
Strange
Hunter became
family.
useless when I couldn't extort him any longer. So at some point, Hunter was like, hey, wait a minute. Hunter kept being like, wait a minute. And she falls asleep early, like all the time. She hauled in at least $19,350 from Hunter Biden between January 2018 and January 2019. This freaking laptop, man, this laptop really screwed him. According to the records on his laptop, but Kennedy changed her tune in an exclusive interview with the Post this week at her Queens home. Ooh, I wonder if she used to live on my old block. She insisted that she had been trolling Marco Polo and didn't really mean what she said about Hunter. She also accused Marco Polo of acting unprofessionally. That's strange. Trolling. Why would you troll a researcher? He would say aggressive things to me to make me text back. Adding without evidence that he had been sexually harassing me through texts for weeks until I finally so sounds like she was
that makes no sense.
Sounds like she was trying to maybe put him on the fade and like stopped responding, and he just wasn't getting the point. Because seems like a person who always gets what he wants, so he wasn't catching it and just kept texting her. She claimed she met Hunter by happenstance at a tanning salon she owned. Wow. Okay, reminding me never to own a tanning salon. The heavily tattooed stay-at-home mom, maintained her relationship with that her relationship with Biden was genuine, insisting she never
Right.
slept with him for cash. So it's like, is this another woman? No,
feel
it sounds like
it's
it's
someone else, not the.
Wait, so she didn't get money off of him? Like
That's
that was
very
a lie?
confusing.
This is sort of a confusing.
So
Unless
confusing.
I can't read. It sounds like they're talking about the same woman, Kennedy.
Who's not dating him, but dating
Yeah.
him. and
Weird.
getting
But
money
maybe
from him, but not being
maybe
paid by him.
she like changed her story or something, or maybe she like started to tell the truth and was like, oh, never mind, because maybe she got afraid. Who knows? The girls I knew who would meet Hunter when he would frequent the club, he asked one of the girls, do you know where I could get a good spray tan? And they gave him my card. He came to the room. He got the spray tan. He tipped $500. They're like, who is this? And just clearly coasting off of all the Joe Biden clout. She left stripping in 2016 to be a professional tanner and go to beauty school. Okay. Helped pay with her tuition. That's nice. Okay, wow. The text and images on the hard drive suggested that they had a more... So maybe she was trying to cover up and say they weren't really together. Saying the hard drive is suggesting they had an intimate relationship and they were meeting at hotels.
Oh, she doesn't want people to know she's like a hooker.
Yeah, maybe that's it. She's like, no, I'm very passionate about tanning.
Yeah. Tanning's go on.
Oh my God. You know who's probably like sweating right now is like Aveeno. You know what I mean? Because this is an Aveeno body wash in the back. Like, disavow. Wash the crack away with Aveeno body wash.
Oh no.
In a hard drive photo, the fully nude Hunter, he loves his nudes,
I know.
had his hands around Kennedy's neck in what appears to be a hotel bathroom as she seductively poses in fishnet lingerie. The pair also shared wildly passionate exchanges. This is what he said to her, I'm really in love with you. I know that seems silly and probably a little too much vulnerability to you, but I think you're extraordinary when you're being nice to me. Yikes. Cringe, woman, and would love to be whatever you would want me to be in your life. I'm sorry, dude, you're the president's son and you're acting like a bitch right now. I want to be whatever you want me to be in your life.
Oh my God.
He has like a juvenile mind. It's weird. It's like he didn't grow up. He's like stunted somewhere.
Yes, maybe he had some trauma that kept him at whatever age.
I'm sure. I mean, look what happened to his sister.
Well, and he's not really paid the price for doing all this wrong stuff, clearly. So, I mean, I guess the administration is just feeding into this bad negative feedback for him. So,
and I kind of feel bad for him too, like to some degree, like the dad, his handlers should really be stepping in. I don't know. I don't
Who
know.
knows what he experienced as a child in his teenage years? Like that family is fucking fucked up. So
right, clearly everyone is ignoring him. Like everybody who could help him.
I mean, his dad is literally sniffing kids in public with no fucks given. Still doing it. Like what in the hell?
Yeah. Everyone's showering with their nieces and shit. Like, who is in a position to help Hunter? Everyone is fucked up.
So who knows? That's what I assumed when I like met him. I don't know. I had someone from one paper or something ask me about it, but because I posted on TikTok that got deleted, but I didn't want to say anything to someone like because I don't have proof, so I feel like there's no point. So if people don't believe me, I don't really care. But I'm like, if I had like pictures or something, but first of all, it's 2011. And I don't know, that like giving it to a paper. That's why I was like, is this girl lying? Because that's so weird because everyone's going to see it. And I don't know. But if she's like in his computer, if that was the case, I would have. But since like I don't have it on video or anything, so I just tell the story. Like if people don't believe me, I don't really care. But
what's the story?
I just danced for him twice. Like it was like a party at a house.
What? You've been sitting on this the whole time?
What?
You did for Hunter?
I thought that's why you asked me about it. Oh, it was on
you're just the only person I know who knows strippers on the panel tonight.
Yeah, but like it was like a party. It was 2 parties in Georgetown, and like I was not into politics, and I really wish I would have paid more attention back then. But I just remember the thing he said about the Democratic Party still being the party of slavery, and him and his friends were like cracking up and saying really racist shit. But yeah, it was like a big party. There was nothing like crazy going on. Like it was just a bunch of
Remember the
dudes
year?
drinking and doing drugs and shit in Georgetown. But yeah.
Remember when this was, LeeAnn?
It was 2011. He said he worked for like some food service. I remember that. I don't know exactly what it was he was doing. I just remember he said he worked for a food service, and I just imagined like a lunch lady, but
What
I
is
don't
that,
think that's
like,
what he meant.
for?
It was something in food.
Okay.
Something. I don't remember what he said. Yeah, I didn't really know that much about him. I did not care at all. Like at all. I wish I did back then, so I would have paid attention more to things I seen and heard, but I just didn't really care then. So unfortunately.
You gave him a lap dance. Or were you in a room with a couple
No,
other
it was
girls?
more like everyone was like kind of walking around, and like we had like gown things on, like stripper-ish, but like no one was really doing anything. I think they just wanted us around so they could like drink and do drugs. But I
Okay.
didn't do drugs. And
Yeah.
I barely drank because I don't like getting drunk around weird dudes. So I just don't drink. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much all we were doing. And they were just talking about dumb shit. And yeah, and then they called us
Wow.
back again. I tried to find the girl that was with me because it was a black girl and she looked like Naomi Campbell, and me and her like hung out the whole night because we were like awkward and didn't drink and we didn't want to do anything. So I tried to find her before, but I don't know her real name, and I don't know if I should say her stripper name or anything. Like, what if she's still like
Maybe not, just to be safe.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
don't
I
know.
don't know. I tried to find her though, but
That is so interesting. I'm sure you told me and I just forgot.
yeah, I like posted it once on TikTok, but they like deleted that account, so I just never talked about it unless someone asked me about it. I
Yeah.
thought that's why you were asking me about him.
Maybe
was
I
like,
knew in the back of my brain. Okay. Hunter said, "I'm in love with you." Okay, he said that whole simpy thing, and then the two frequently went out for romps to strip clubs and fancy dinners like Nobu. In a darker moment, 3 months later, Hunter Biden confessed to her that he felt like ending himself. "Leave me alone. I'm really close to never effing caring about whether I exist or not. So just pretend I don't, and everyone else can do the same because I'm clearly making it." All right. So I have an ex-boyfriend who would say shit like this to me when he would just be like,
aggressive.
when
Yeah, and he was like
dramatic,
16, right? Like you were like
no,
16?
he was another grown ass man, and I don't know.
God.
I don't necessarily
Wow.
think that this means you're about to end it. I think it just means you're being a baby and a drama queen. And I'm not making excuses for Hunter. Anybody else? We all have issues, right? We all
Right.
have our baggage from childhood, from our parents. Nobody has a perfect life or upbringing. But here's the thing: is like Hunter has been protected from hitting a rock bottom that would normally cause someone to be like, "I got to get my fucking life together." Like this is bad. Either they lose, money or damage their relationships to a point where they really have to reevaluate. And clearly, like he's been able to go on and on and on to 53 doing crack and taking dick pics with his face in it. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
one's taken him aside and been like, "Hunter, you got to crop your face out."
Yeah. That's crazy. Do you think
That's
he's
the
gonna go to
problem.
jail? I don't think he's gonna go to jail. but-
Probably
should.
not. Unless he does something bad in another country, maybe.
I feel like it
But-
would do good for him to go to jail and just like get out of
I don't
all
think he
that.
can handle it though. He'd
Yeah.
probably end up dying in jail.
No, he doesn't have what it takes to handle jail. I
He
think
would go to a
His
Martha Stewart
girlfriend.
jail.
maybe he'll work on his upper body finally. I don't know.
Yeah.
He'll get those pecs.
Get rid of his
One day.
boobs.
And the arm.
Wow.
Oh.
Kennedy even met Hallie Biden, Hunter's sister-in-law, who dated Hunter after his brother Beau's death. They came into my salon for a spray tan. This is the only way I know these people. They would say, "Do you want to go have dinner with us?" She would often give tanning products as gifts to Hunter's kids. What kid wants tanning products as a gift?
So bizarre.
Funny.
Look, honey, I got you aloe vera gel.
They're in their 20s though, if they're like,
Yeah, right. They were
Kids,
having like threesomes. Get the fuck out of
Don't
here.
you want to be tan? This is insane.
Like,
Kennedy's
why are you gonna
birthday.
invite a tanning lady to dinner? Like you're definitely banging or having threesomes or something. Or trying to get her to do it.
Well, I would say somebody who runs a tanning salon probably looks pretty good, and because they're image conscious, and maybe they set their own hours, and I don't know. Hunter is probably like, could you spray a 6-pack onto my abs?
I heard of this contouring thing.
Yeah. Could you contour it to make my dick look even bigger?
Oh my God.
Kennedy's birthday is saved in Hunter Biden's online calendar, an honor only reserved for Biden family members. Far from a polished international man of business, she described Hunter as a lost little puppy. I tried to do damage control when I found out he had been meeting girls from the club. I said, do you know how dangerous these people are to have around you without good intentions? Intelligence expert agreed, warning that Hunter, who had been open about his drug addiction, posed a national security risk. It stands to reason that Hunter would have access to information and influence with his father, and that he is in vulnerable state because of his addiction and proclivities for messiness. This is all stuff we all know. Security risk. Wow. And it's like, you know what? If you can't get your own family in order, what are you going to do for this country?
Nothing.
And I'm sure every first family has been messy. It's just we have not seen so much of it before.
Maybe if he didn't take selfies like he does.
Yes.
Seriously, I don't
Oh
understand.
boy. All right. Oh, Hunter. I don't think anything. Oops, did we lose somebody? I think we lost
Candice.
Oh, we did.
We lost Candice.
Oh no.
Candice, come back. That's how long I've been staring at my screen. I didn't even realize we lost a person. David Chandler, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you for the super chat, David. Hail to Chrissy, XRay Girl, Anna, Melonie, Brittany, Candice, and Radix. Looking forward to the stream. Thank goodness nothing interesting happened this last week. Yes, very boring, slow news week. From Torgo the White, simping for Radix. Get that butt. Get that butt.
All right.
You know, you're
Reddit.
Radix. I didn't know your fans were so kinky, Radix.
I didn't either.
No bread?
I think that's for the unbreaded thing, maybe.
Oh, yes, that's what that is.
Yeah.
There are so many emojis to discern. There's salt, there's bread, there's like everything. Chris Benoit, hi ladies. I'm newly single and the son is out of the picture, so no single parent baggage. Any advice for getting back into the dating scene? Oh, okay. So Chris is a dad, but he doesn't have to like take care of his son anymore, so that's cool.
My advice is don't. It's a mess right now.
Yeah,
That's not motivating.
Sorry.
It depends on his goal. Are you trying to like date to marry again, or just having fun? Like,
Yeah,
that's important too.
I would say yeah.
gonna be
And it
hard.
also, you know, kind of like how old you are, right? It depends. Like, are you open to having kids with somebody else again? Because that would kind of determine, like, you either have to find a woman who definitely doesn't want kids, or you have to go for a woman who's like, I don't know, 40 and up, right? If that's something you don't want to deal with again. As far as like getting back into dating scene, I would say don't rely on just apps. Always do in-person stuff too. I'm a firm believer, like definitely approach women at the gym. I said, don't believe the TikTok bullshit. Don't believe like the Me Too bullshit. Like women still genuinely do like to be approached. The ones that are like cunty and just want to like have a viral moment, you know, people will always be manipulative, and you know what I mean? Like don't let that dissuade you. Don't let the bad gym apples dissuade you from approaching a genuine. And you can tell probably by how they're dressed if they're, you know what I mean? Like if a woman is there at the gym basically naked, okay, that's probably not the one to approach. But if someone's like, you know, wearing clothes and looks like a nice person and has a good and isn't doing a lot of posing and selfies, if they're like, okay, I'm working out.
But if she's
then
got
I think
a giant hoodie with the hood over her head and headphones, leave her alone. She's healing. She's there for gym therapy.
I would mix up, like I would do a yoga class. Not saying you have to like, you know, sit behind somebody and sniff, but like do things where a lot of women will be there, like a yoga class, like a drink and draw, like
go to like Target or one of those arts craft stores
Michaels, yes.
Go to Joanne Fabrics.
If you want to meet a 65-year-old woman, go to a Christmas tree shop and just
hang out there.
Hang out in the wreath aisle when there's a sale.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm looking at the chat and they're like saying that this is a troll.
What?
Really?
How rude.
I was gonna say,
Is this
isn't that a
troll?
wrestler who like killed his family and like his son? Like roid raging? That's what I thought, but I didn't want to be like,
Oh my goodness.
isn't that who it is?
Hold the phone. I'm about to lose my shit on you guys. If this is a troll, we're here giving real advice, and you guys are fucking with us. I hate you guys. I hate all of you.
Maybe he was like a fan or something, but that's so weird. But I was like, maybe that's his name, but I don't know.
I mean, there is someone with a Bellmore last name that super chats. I just don't remember his first name. Oh my god.
You fucking assholes. Look at this. Christopher Michael Benoit, Canadian professional wrestler. In a 3-day double murder and suicide, Benoit murdered his wife in their residence in 2007, killed his 7-year-old son, and then and committed suicide. Okay. All right, so he's not alive.
He was like roid raging.
Wow. All right. So, but I mean, you know,
super chat makes more sense now. Okay.
Have you guys seen that Netflix documentary about the woman who was really big into bodybuilding and she killed her roid
I watched
husband?
it on your recommendation. It was so good.
She's called, I don't remember, it was like Swole Barbie or something. I can't remember what that was
She's
called.
insane.
I think her name's like Sally or something.
Yeah, Sally.
Sally something.
That's a must watch. A must watch. I have one of the most personalities I've ever seen a woman have in my life. That is, absolute must watch.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna get through a couple more of these push-ups. Mel, I'm doing the TR3 kayak level. It's tough. Glad Sarkassian never played this game because she would have had a fit over the black cannibals.
Yeah, she would have had a fit over that if she actually played it and knew what she was talking about. Instead, she just complains about Lara Croft wearing shorts. So
Pew, pew, pew. I didn't understand that at all, but that was a sick burn. Okay. David Lowe, I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. What do you mean, you people? Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Are these song lyrics?
I don't know.
It kind of sounds like it.
I
It
can't
does
trust
sound like
these.
it.
I can't trust the super chats anymore. Hey Max, Chrissy, what was this PlayStation 5 story in New York City? A Twitch streamer, Kai Sinat, promised a PS5 giveaway, and in New York City erupts in riot and chaos. Give it a look. I heard about this, and I don't understand. I mean, how many PS5s was he going to give away? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
I feel like it was just one.
I think it was just one, and that many people just went crazy.
I don't know. I there's got to be more to it.
They went to they wanted to
they're
fight
kind of
and
hard to
break
get
things.
PS5s. So
Is it still hard?
I
I don't know.
I think it still is. I don't think. I mean, it's probably not as difficult as it was, but I think it's still tough to get one.
But
People are
it's a
crazy,
video
man.
game. I don't understand.
There are not enough PS5 exclusives to be going that crazy right now. That's all I gotta say.
That's why I still got a PS4. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like this reminds me when I'd be at a party, like a fellow child's birthday party or something, like a sleepover, and they would have a piñata. Like, you know when the moment when you see how much candy falls out of the piñata, and there's a moment that every child must make a decision, like, am I willing to risk losing an eye to grab this last orange Tootsie Roll Pop, or am I just gonna like hang back and just sort of see what happens? And I feel like all these people were willing to lose an eye for this one PS5. It just seems completely insane.
Well, let's just look at the States and Black Friday shopping.
True.
And that's just a discount. It's
the
not
discounts
even
aren't
free.
even that good for most things, and they go crazy.
They go absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So he's being charged with inciting a riot after he promised to give away PlayStation 5 consoles, okay, more than one,
Okay.
in Union Square Park, drawing thousands of people to the area. I thought this was Hotep Jesus at first. I was like, what did you do? Okay, they don't all look the same. I get it.
That's what I think a lot of people look the same.
All this violence broke out.
I mean, he does look like him from far away.
He
I'm so
earlier this
brave.
year became the most subscribed Twitch streamer of all time and fellow content creator. Fandom sent thousands of people to the park with the giveaway promise, and the crowd quickly became unruly. Why would they have I don't know.
I didn't even
hired
he was like
cops
the
or
most
something.
followed.
I think it was just a random post. He wasn't. I don't think he meant it to be that popularized.
Wow. Okay. He didn't mean for like this many people to come out.
Yeah.
He didn't have a permit to hold such a large event. But again, you must know how many followers you have, how many are in the area, how many it could potentially be. He was arrested and charged with felony first-degree rioting, as well as misdemeanor inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. I mean, they also, it's not just like, a lot of people gathered. These people were like destroying cars, fighting, attacking cops.
So his Twitch channel has 6.5 million followers. Insane.
Wow. Yeah, how could you not do the math and be like, how many of these 6.5 million live in New York City? How many might come out?
Wow.
This is insane. This is so
I
ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Is this real? This is it?
That's insane.
Holy shit.
For a PlayStation?
I mean, how do you not get there and go, oh God, look how many other people are here?
I would not go there.
Oh, are you guys here? Like, are you guys here for the 2 PlayStations too? Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna go the fuck home because I don't have a chance.
Yeah, that literally looks like hell to me. Like that is what I picture hell is, just crowds of people like everywhere touching you and pushing you. Like the whole
If I
time.
were a fan of this person, I would be like, oh, there's a million people here. What should I do? Go home and go on with my life, or climb on top of a traffic light and
there's a
work?
black girl there that all these dudes are like touching her ass and shit. She's like twerking on a light.
Oh
and
my
God. She's just letting them touch her ass and shit. I'm like,
that is disturbing.
Why are you doing that?
Oh my gosh. He's only 21 and he's got, how did he get 6.5 million followers?
I don't know who he is. That's crazy.
I don't either.
I've never heard of him.
I don't think I do.
I feel like we're not his crowd though. That should be.
He is the biggest black creator in America right now. Yeah, he could have hired, given the cops a heads up. I mean, I have a small following, and I gave the cops a heads up about our wedding because I was like, I know that we have some people coming to the wedding who are not beloved by the internet, and I just didn't want anyone to fuck with it. How did this guy at 6.5 million not think like? Probably a lot of people are gonna. I don't know. He didn't have. I guess he didn't have a piñata moment as a child.
Yeah.
Are they making monkey noises?
There are. There are.
You know what? Maybe this is his rock bottom. He's learned. Hopefully.
Well, he's only 21, so he's just
time.
Yeah. Now he learned something.
Like no one on his team is like, we should probably contact the cops or something.
I don't know. He has a team though. That's the scary part.
I know, like, what are you doing? I don't understand. I feel like they did it for the PR, even though, because he's not gonna like go to jail, right? For it.
I
don't know.
I mean,
So it's
knowing
like
New York
publicity.
City, like when people do actual crimes, they don't go to jail; they get
Yeah,
let out
exactly.
immediately.
So-
So for
True.
him, he's probably fine.
They're probably like, yeah, fuck it, let's just do it. You're not gonna go to jail. It'll be good, publicity and. So
Wow.
who knows? I don't put anything past anyone because they will do anything. So
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
MK Solid, thoughts on Lana Del Rey's weight? She is enormous. I was not aware of.
me either. Maybe
Usually
I
I'm
know she
pregnant.
did like a day worked a day at Waffle House recently, didn't she?
Really?
Yeah,
I
she
saw that.
just randomly
Oh.
worked it, like clocked in and worked.
Really?
That's
And
so
they had to fire her because she was eating too much of the product. Stop it. Put the waffle down.
Yeah.
Back away from the waffle.
Lana Del Rey. Let's look up a quickie picky.
I don't think she looks like a pig at all.
Did you say a pig?
No,
Yeah,
no, she
pretty.
doesn't look big at
Oh.
all.
I said it.
She's not that big. Like she's not like Lizzo or something. She's just
Yeah.
she's definitely put on some weight, but
I
wouldn't consider her huge.
She's probably overweight at most, but like I wouldn't say obese.
Yeah,
I'm not
she's-
seeing any pictures of her looking like particularly huge.
Yeah, she's not massive.
Who knows? Send me an
She's just a
enormous
little
looking
chubby
picture of
now.
her.
Yeah, I want to see now.
Yeah, to me, this
Fluffy.
is this is the biggest one I'm finding.
Thanks, push-ups. Dave Chandler, Hunter does all of this because he believes nothing is ever going to happen to him. Exactly. Given the events of the last few years, can anyone blame him? Right. There's no accountability. There's no rock bottom.
No,
Absolutely
He is.
invincible. The government's going to cover up.
Yes, I do.
They're like, we got you, boo. Do whatever you like. Ooh, Andrew Robb, thank you for the pink boy, as they say. Thank you for the fitty. Hey, Melonie, love the hat you're wearing. You always make SimpCast
you.
epic.
Thank you,
Ooh.
Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew. What about my hat? Yeah, my favorite meme is the cocaine bear poster photoshopped to say cocaine son. That's great. I'm like, does Hunter even does he even enjoy regular internet? Like, does he think he just sits and watches memes? Like, does he even have fun in his life? I don't know. I feel like the elite
He probably
get
doesn't
different
know how to
internet.
use it, like social media.
Probably. Dave
He's
Chandler, dogs have
53.
redeeming qualities.
They do.
Yeah. What is he doing? He's got boomer vibes, even though he's not a boomer. Jeremy David, they should Rosemary Kennedy him. Aw. Oh, yes. And Zato noticed his hair plugs. I was looking at that picture, wondering.
Hair plugs?
Wait,
I think he does because his hair was starting to look like Jeremy Piven's. And I was like, is something going on?
Oh
over there?
no.
Let's take a look.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the videotape. We'll say Hunter Biden hair plug. Does he have hair plugs? Oh.
Getting a lot of Joe Biden pictures. Oh my god.
Wow. So yeah, we know for a fact that Joe Biden has hair plugs because look at when he was first running for office. He was already very much losing it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Hunter. Wow. Okay, so Joe Biden for sure. Hair plugs confirmed.
Oof.
Oh. Judging by these pictures, I'm gonna say yes, he does. I'm not even gonna pull them up because I don't want you guys to lose your lunch. Dave Chandler, he should already be in jail. Tax evasion, losing his gun, extortion, etc. Hell, he dropped cocaine in the White House right before his plea deal hearing. That's why they won't admit it was him. You know, they're just like, well, this is a real mystery to us. We're going to have to just drop the whole investigation. Leo Fisher, in 2011, Hunter worked in food service, so he worked for Burgerisma.
Aw.
Very clever, Leo. Very clever. Oh, it's Chris Benoit again. Thanks for the advice. Does it help that I have a killer home gym? Oh, right. That's enough out of
All
you.
right.
Enough out of you, sir. Cecil, what's up, Cecil? I never used an app. I'm old-fashioned and like getting rejected in person.
Oh my
Me
god.
too. Dating apps
Cecil.
are creepy.
Cecil, this is an excellent stand-up joke, by the way. If you're wondering like what you would ever say on stage, it's exactly something like that. Still needs to do stand-up. Mark of reality. Stay away from Target. Probably a dude. Jimmy G. Always love to see Radix. Hope she goes on TRS again. She'd be a great guest on Strike and Mike. Okay, cool. I am not familiar.
Thank you.
I want to talk about something that has gained a lot of attention this week, and it's definitely not a new thing, but it's been getting a lot of attention recently, and that is this whole phenomena of AI girls or AI women or AI could you even say influencers? That sounds so strange.
Yes.
And a lot of these photos have been popping up all over social media, and it's interesting because you can't really tell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting.
There was
like
a
you
video one I saw. I couldn't even really tell unless I was super paying attention. I would have thought it was a real woman.
Well, aren't their like fingers messed up or something? Like their fingers look weird. That's how you
And
can
sometimes
tell.
the animation's a little fuzzy.
I'm gonna go to my Twitter. There was a tweet that I retweeted. That was a good example. Oh, it's X. No wonder I can't recognize anything. Okay. This is from Shu. In the world of AI models is here. It's so over for women. We simply can't compete. And we have someone who looks exactly like a Kardashian.
Yeah.
Like
The hip to waist ratio is like that is unattainable.
in a world where BBLs are extremely common, it's feasible that a woman would have a figure like this.
Right.
With enough
surgery.
No.
Well, and some face tune stuff. Like
There's
that
a
waist
lot of
is-
filler. Like the hips
Right.
and the waist, I don't think can exist with that like rib cage either.
Right, but it is possible she could have had a BBL. She could have had some added on.
those
here,
those silicone injections.
Well, BBLs where you get the fat from your middle taken out and put into your ass.
Yeah,
and,
I think you'd have to have some ribs removed for that to happen.
But this is not completely like this. You could look at this and go, okay, this is possible, right? But it's tricking a lot of people. And you look at these comments, like all these guys are like beautiful, gorgeous, hearts galore. Nobody is going, hey, wait a minute, do you have a rib removed? Do you have
the profile pictures are mostly old dudes.
That's who I feel for. It's like the guy in Nigeria that was scamming all of our grandmas,
right?
10 years ago. Now we have AI women who I feel like are going to come after our dads. So none of these guys have any sense whatsoever. Same
Dude,
thing.
they know that Project Melonie was an avatar, and there's a man running that avatar, and they gave her so much money, dude.
It was a like a little anime looking 3D where you could move and she'd move just the same. Yeah.
She was on Twitch and Chatterbait too, which was weird because she had a dildo in the background on Twitch, and there's like kids in there.
Oh my
I
god!
didn't know about that part.
Yeah,
oh
it was
my
so
God.
fucking weird. The dudes know and they love it. I'm telling you, they're so awkward now that they like it, and it's really concerning because these dudes don't care. Like they know. And I'm like,
I think a part of it is they don't they know they can't reach that maybe the level of that type of girl, so this is like their only way to get that.
Right.
They're so awkward and constantly, what's that thing they use? Chronically online, that they cannot talk to people. It's crazy to me. Like, it is wild.
I think it's fine if a guy knows, okay, this is an AI, this is not a real person. Like, do with your money whatever the fuck you want. But I just fear that people will have like, I don't know, a relationship, or that you're going to be distracted from a real relationship.
No, they are.
And you'll be
already degeneracy. It's going to ruin their lives. I don't see it. I don't see in any capacity how this could be healthy. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. So go for it. But I think that there's any positive outcome that could be had out of it?
No. Because at least if they're funny, maybe sure, but like they're having,
if you're just
like relations, like actual simping, like it's not gonna help you.
Dude, okay, on my Twitch that gave Project Melonie a lot of money, and I didn't like mentor him, but I like would message him, and I'm like, dude, they don't do this. You're gonna be sitting in your basement and not talk to anyone ever again, and you're gonna be attached to this fake thing, and you're gonna just sit there and ruin your whole life and never go experience anything. So I like gave him like tips, and I set him up like a dating profile. I'm like, dude, you will find someone. Don't do this. He was spending so much money. I'm like, it's not real. It's not real.
How much money was he spending?
What's that?
How much money was he spending?
I think it was like $2,000 within like 3 or 4 times she was online.
Oh my goodness.
That is
for nothing. For
And
nothing.
it's probably giving that money to a dude. That's the thing.
It is a dude that runs Project Melody. I'm like, that is a man that did that. They're controlling her. Most of them are men. Like they're not actually girls.
At least Pokemon's a real girl.
Yeah, exactly. Like what? At least give it to a woman that you could see. I don't know. I think it's going to be really bad because they don't want to even try to talk to real people at all. So this is just going to be great for them. Like the Amaranth thing, like people are going to be addicted to it and they're not ever going to go outside again. Ever.
Well, it's an addiction. Just like think of things like alcoholics and people who are addicted to gambling, all that kind of stuff. They go so far down that degenerate path that they're just entrenched in it. And they need help.
They're never going to leave their house. They're going to be. Do you ever see that meme that what the gamer is going to look like in 20 years? Like,
Yes.
Like, dude, that is going to be them. Like,
I will say this one looks a bit more real, but the previous one.
This looks more like a woman who just face-tuned herself.
Right.
If that was a real woman, she would never have time to hang out with you because she'd just be working out every second of the day to look like that.
The arms give it away though because she has such a fit like tummy that like I'm surprised her arms aren't like
and
toned.
her arms don't
She could
have
be
any muscle tone.
naturally kind of lean and just have implants because
And her hair looks like a Snapchat filter.
Yeah,
true,
definitely.
true.
The head looks fake, but
and same thing. I surrender. I love you, my queen. I walk with you. Challenge accepted.
Wow.
I think a lot of them are like from India, so they don't know. Like
Bob and Machine. This guy down here. Which balls are you playing with? That's great.
Oh,
no!
Oh no!
Classic.
Wait, they don't ever answer any of the comments, like ever. The AI
They do
thing?
sometimes. And here's the thing about this though, is that, you know, they can be as creepy and gross as they want. And these are AI girls. They're not going to clap back like a real woman would.
Yeah.
So
True.
it's like,
which men love. Men don't love a sassy retort, you know.
It's not like you're ever gonna like meet her and touch her, like hug her. Like it's not. It's like a maybe you can meet the fat guy that's controlling her and give him a nice big hug.
But the scary part is like with AI too, you can have like VR and electronics that can simulate stuff like that, you know. And that's I don't know. The whole that I don't know.
It's
Once you go
creepy.
down there, you probably can't go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
No.
say that like they're being marketed. Like I saw one advertisement or something that said it was boasting that like the AI is always available. So like if they need to like talk to their fake girlfriend, like it'll always be there at any time. It can respond at like 3 a.m. when you're having a mental health crisis or whatever, you know, the feminized men are dealing with, you know, or they feel overwhelmed and they need to talk to like their AI girlfriend.
You also can't like. I understand. Like it's so easy to just put men into a box of like you're a loser, you're an incel. Honestly, I can really see and I have like sympathy for people who maybe their wife or girlfriend just died. Maybe they were brutally broken up with or divorced and they're like, I can't handle getting back out there. And maybe subbing to an OnlyFans girl or maybe chatting with a AI bot, if that's what they're aware of, helps. It's sort of like it's a band-aid. Like, all right, I know it's not what I should be doing long term, but like, all right, I'm just crank a couple out and I'm not, you know, I'm not ready to put myself out there again for my heart, but like for now, this is what I kind of can understand that. I
do too. I understand that. I just don't want them to like revolve their entire life around that thing. Like I feel like they'll just get addicted to it and then not stop and go meet a real person again.
I think
Not all of them,
what's
but-
better is there's a video on YouTube of Batman, like an AI voice of Batman talking guys through their porn addictions and helping them get over it. Watch that instead.
Yeah, watch that.
Really?
Yes, I need to find it. It's like
Okay, I found it.
okay, Batman
Maybe I could
talks
play.
you through your porn addiction.
Maybe I could play a teeny tiny snippet of this. That is such an interesting
I
concept.
honestly am a fan.
Hey, it's
this
worth
is
a shot,
base.
man.
Yeah. This
Oh
is
my
base.
goodness.
Is there? I hope there's nudity in this. No, it looks fine.
I understand that quite a few of you out there are dealing with a pornography addiction. If you are struggling,
Oh my
I want you to
god.
know that you have my support and that I'm here
Really?
to help you through
Thanks,
this.
Batman.
Recognizing that you have an addiction is the first step towards recovery.
Okay. How do
It
I?
takes courage to admit it, and
How
I
do-
commend you for
How
that.
do I know I'm addicted though?
Remember that just because you have an addiction, it doesn't make you a bad person. We're human.
What?
And humans are prone to making
Okay,
mistakes.
what makes somebody addicted though? Is that a subjective term?
I think it is.
It's uncontrollable urges where you like if you're doing it in
It's
inappropriate
affecting
times.
their day-to-day
Yeah.
life, their quality of life, but there's certain things that I don't think are healthy in moderation, and I think this is one of them. It just rots your brain.
Yeah, it does.
That's like saying, oh, meth in moderation. It's like there's certain things that you can't do in moderation, and I think this is one of them. I mean, even the Bible says like sexual sin, you're sinning against your own body. That's why it's such a particularly bad sin. Get involved
like,
it
in that.
changes your brain. It gives you literal
Yep.
brain damage. They've done
Yep, it
studies.
does.
It does. Just being exposed to it once.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, but I don't know if this is comparable, but like I know the feeling where I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling stressed. I'm just gonna go to my little friend in the drawer, plug it in, fire it up, crank. Let me crank one out really quick, and I can get back to work with a clear mind.
Oh my
if that's-
god.
I
Feel a bit more
if that's at
relaxed.
all comparable, if that's at all comparable, like I get that because you start thinking about it, you're like, yeah, like that. It's like a craving. It's like and that's it. I'm not trying to be gross about it. And I know ideally I should be moving towards like I would love to not need it at all.
Well,
and
I
there's,
think
I guess,
about it like a food craving too. You can,
Yeah.
it's like a mind over matter, maybe.
it's
I think
but
if
it's
you're
I
just
don't
walking
need
in a grocery store and you're craving it and you have to go home at that minute to do it,
but
then it
I
might
don't
be a
need to
problem.
look at anything. I don't need to look
Mhm.
at anything. I just use the old imagination. Okay.
Me too. I don't look at anything.
I think about firemen sliding down poles. I think about cops.
Oh my
I think about cops shooting up. I think about all sorts of men in uniform, postal workers. people
All right,
who-
Frank, step it up now.
you know,
You got to be
anybody
cosplay
really-
too.
it takes so little to turn me on. Even someone, just the idea of someone clocking in for work on time is enough to get me moist
Yeah.
down there. So I don't need to look at porn or J.C. Penney catalogs. I turn on a vanilla candle. I put on some Michael Bublé, and
You know,
I'll
what's
just
ironic is if you use this
Yeah.
Batman video for material.
yeah,
I
I
need
just
like 10 minutes.
I bet you someone
We
did.
got you.
I think of scenarios. I think of like dates that I would like to have happen. Like it doesn't even have to be like something like graphic or sexual. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just think about my day. Sometimes I'll just like
Oh my God.
think about I will sometimes just think about my goals. I'll be like, what do I want to accomplish
Are you
before
just
the end of the
turned
year?
on?
No, it's like, well, here's the thing. It's like you get lazy because the machine does everything. You just put it on to the number 3 setting and let nature take its course. And it's like you could think about something, sexual. I mean, that's what's bad about it.
Wait,
Is
do
like,
you use like a Hitachi?
of course,
Me
LeeAnn.
too.
Yes.
I don't like the
I don't
weird
even have to.
looking ones. They're weird and veiny, and I don't like it.
I know, like that's always my, all right. Next year I'll try to not need my vibrator, and for Lent I'm gonna give up my vibrator. All right, let me try to go a month, and then that's just a month I don't come. So I will work on it. It's something I want to not need, but if we can compare it to porn, I understand the desire to be like, ugh, it is kind of like an itch. It's like
Just remind yourself microplastics are bad for you.
There you go.
I mean, it's not leaving microplastics behind, I don't think.
You never know.
This is an interesting. Somebody in the chat said, "How is that different than an AI girl?" Because if men are this is interesting. Because if men are predominantly visual, right, and visuals turn them on and can get them where they need to go. Me, I'll think of scenarios. I'll just think of ideas and shit. But it's the sensation, like that's what gets me there. So is it the same as an AI girl? Because it's like it's something fake. It doesn't involve another human being, and it gets you where you need to go.
Yeah, your Tachi isn't talking to you, and like you can't just talk to it. And I don't know. That's not how it works.
That was the talking model was like $500.
Yeah,
more.
it doesn't talk back.
I can't. All right, let's play.
You use it and then you throw it under the bed in shame and you don't take it out again.
I go, shut up, bitch. I throw it in the drawer and I lock it.
Yeah, if you have an AI girlfriend, you're still going to have to talk to her. She's not going to do it. I seen a thing today where you have to like build it up like an actual girl or pay extraordinary money. Like you have to like talk to her first and you don't even get to sext or anything. It's like a higher level. I don't know if they're all like that, but I was like, oh my God, they're still making them work. That's awesome.
Hold on, we're doing a shot, an important shot, right? Hold on, let me take Batman off so everybody can see my screen. Hold on, let's do it again. Wow, everybody is everyone's my friends.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do a solo layout so everybody can see who's here. Oh my goodness. Yes, look, we have we're out. This is kind of a friends weekend. Gino is here. He is here. Lindsay is here. Oh my God, my titty's popping out. Keanu is here. Marshall is here. Frank, of course, is here. Yes, those people who were hooting and hollering earlier. That's okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
What's in here? What is in here? This is a redheaded slut. How dare you give me a redheaded slut? I know what that means. Okay. That's me. Oh God, it's like I'm back in college. What?
Steven's wife's being induced.
Oh, good for her. Okay, someone we know is giving birth right now.
Oh, it's so exciting. Wait, there?
No, not right here.
Doing shots and
so noisy.
How calm and collected. Keanu's a midwife. Nothing to worry about. She'll catch it.
I would not be surprised.
A shot right before she delivers the baby.
Yeah, that's what I want. Here's my I mean, XRay girl, you've worked in a hospital. Yeah. I wonder if there's any women like drinking as they're giving birth, because at that point, it's not gonna fuck with the baby, right?
Unless you have to get a C-section.
So you can't drink if you have a C-section?
Well, and if they have to put you under, depends on if you had the epidural.
I'll be like, look, I'll put myself under. Just give me 10 minutes.
I mean, I've never given birth, so I don't know what the process is like, but I don't think it's a good idea to probably drink. And if you drink, you might bleed more. Just saying.
Oh, right, because it thins the blood. All right, we have some medical people in the chat who are confirming that it will thin your blood too much. Okay. Dr. Filthy.
It is. It's just the.
I
think that would be too overwhelming.
I bumped into another friend who gave birth in like May, and we're like, let's get some shots because we're all like at this pool. And she's like, I'm still breastfeeding. I was like, oh man. If she was drinking, she'd be basically breastfeeding a White Russian like 3 times a day. You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy. All right, let's go back to Batman. Sorry, that was that was a real distraction.
What's important is that you keep trying even when you mess up. Every day is a new opportunity to start fresh. Real love and healthy relationships are built on mutual respect.
Blah, Blah blah.
I like this. This is so wholesome. You know what I'm
Easy
gonna
for
start
you
doing?
to
This is
say,
actually-
Batman.
When
Nice.
people leave creepy,
Empty
gross
imitation of
comments,
love.
like on Twitter or something, I'm just gonna link
You
this video
deserve
to
real
them.
love. It's out there waiting for you.
Oh,
But you have to be willing to put in the work to
He
overcome
speaks a
your
lot of
addiction
truth,
and to build
though,
the life
and
you
I
truly
mean,
want.
This is wholesome. I actually
You don't
like
have to
it.
be
yeah,
perfect
it
at it, though.
is.
This
It's
is
nice.
Keep your
great.
focus on
a lot
progress.
of people need to hear this, especially
Yeah.
in your like
And I know you
teen,
can
young
do it.
I
adult
feel
years.
like a lot of little kids
I
are gonna
urge you
look
to
this
seek
up. I
help
mean,
if
are
you
a
need
lot of
it.
kids like
Yeah.
masturbating
There's no shame in
incessantly?
asking for help,
Probably.
and you don't need to overcome
Like,
this
The
alone.
they're
kids should
having
just keep the kids off the
There are many
internet until they're
resources
like
available to
18.
help you
That's my
overcome
opinion
addiction,
because
such as support
goodness.
groups,
well,
therapy,
and like
and online
today, they're
communities.
being thrown a lot of sex in
I'll
their
make sure to link
face.
some of
They
those in the video
are in
description so you can look
school.
at them later.
So yeah, it's just a nightmare.
It's disturbing.
I want to remind you
Oh.
that just as with any addiction,
Okay.
it's important to work on building healthy relationships and habits. Watching porn can be a way to avoid dealing with uncomfortable emotions or situations. So it's important to find other ways to cope with stress and negative
True.
emotions.
Just like people can do that with eating, people can do that with drinking. It's avoiding the negative emotions that make the vices all that much more tempting.
But there is hope. You are strong enough to overcome this, and I believe in you.
And I feel like we haven't even really been talking about the idea of a porn addiction has not really even been a common conversation really up until the last couple of years. Like porn's been around forever, but I just haven't heard so many people talking about porn addiction. It's been a thing, the last
It's
5 years? I've heard it more and more.
Mental addiction or mental illnesses, though, I think that it's just something that's not highlighted compared to a lot of other things that are physically presenting. So
It's because of the internet. The internet just made it so much easier to get. Like there would only like be Playboys when I was younger. Like there wasn't
Right.
I couldn't even go online.
you had to
and
go
look
into
at
the back
anything.
room to get the videos. It was a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it was like a lot of work to do that. Like even in the gas stations, the Playboys were like in plastic wrappers and shit. You couldn't just go browse them. Like it was not like that. So
You had to work for that nut.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, in your pocket.
Mhm.
There are countless others who have been in your situation, and they've made it through.
Hmm.
You can do it too. You are not defined by your addiction. You are a person with hopes, dreams, and the potential for greatness.
I'm sure there's people listening to this and be like, come on, you're being dramatic. Like, I think people don't I think it's hard for a lot of people to think that their usage of porn equals addiction. I think that's going to be a hard sell for most men because it's just so much a part of your social media life. Like, I think most guys, even I think of just like with Frank, like we both follow a ton of adult film stars because we both book a lot of them for my show on Compound Media. So, we'll be both absently scrolling and then, I'll see somebody masturbating. I'll see my friend's tits and I'll be like, oh, you know what I mean? For me, it's just like a day of work. But for Frank, he's like, oh, hello. He's a normal dude having a normal dude response. So it's not like he sets out to watch porn. And I've had this conversation with like a lot of other guys who agree. It's not that you go, I'm going to now look at porn. It's like, you'll just something will catch your eye in your feed and you'll be like, okay. And, maybe you haven't relieved yourself in a while and one thing leads to another. But I think majority of guys, and I'm not trying to sound like this is a cope or something, but I just think probably a lot of guys would say, oh, I don't have an addiction or I'm not doing too much. They probably don't think they have to cut it out of their lives completely because people are working and they have relationships. It's like,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I don't really post anything on Twitter anymore because of the people that follow me. I don't want to do that to them, like Melonie, Brittany. So I just don't do that anymore. I just post it on like the paywall thing because I know y'all don't want to see that shit. So, and I don't want to post it anymore on Twitter anyway. So I don't even post on my OnlyFans anymore, honestly. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that either.
I think for a lot of people, like back to to that question, is that it's like you see people in their day-to-day life who are eating junk food, for example, and they don't realize how bad it's affecting their body because they're used to it. It's their daily process. And sometimes it takes eating healthy for a while for you to realize, oh, wait, then whenever you do eat something unhealthy, wait, this is negatively affecting me. And I think that that's something similar. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things a lot of people just don't realize.
Yeah,
That,
absolutely. And we're culture wise, we're very short-term happiness. So like it's what we feel in the moment, and we don't think about the long-term negative effects. So it's
I just sent Cecil a link because we need a man. It seems crazy. It seems crazy to be talking about porn and have zero male voice.
I will say this though, like female influencers or even celebrities, the interaction you get on an image, say even on Instagram, you're in a bikini, you'll get a lot more likes, comments, and all that sort of stuff, whether versus a very wholesome image. So it's kind of perpetuating that in a sense where, oh, I want to get more likes, be sluttier. And then the sluttiness is in other people's faces. And then it turns them to other options because they're like, oh, I'm turned on. What do I do?
And I think if a guy really struggles with that and just even seeing something like that scrolling past, maybe he doesn't have the discipline to control himself. And if he's trying to get better, then use your mute. If it's a friend, mute them. If you don't want to completely unfriend, sometimes you just have to get stuff out of your face. If just like you would tell anybody with any type of addiction, someone who's an alcoholic, don't go to a bar, then don't have alcohol in your house.
Yeah.
It just depends on like what level you're at and how you can control yourself. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think look at a good way to figure out like, am I addicted? Is it too much? Is there a problem? Like, look at your relationships. Like, do you guys have a healthy sex life, or do you not? If you don't have a relationship, okay, is this like a crutch in keeping you from meeting someone? Like that was Gavin McGinnis used to talk about this all the time. Proud Boys were started as a joke. It was a social group of like guys, like this one guy couldn't get laid, and Gavin would say, well, no, don't stop jerking off, like stop looking at porn. Like the act of saving your load actually encourages you to like go talk to it like a human woman, So he was trying to just help them go meet women instead of like the quick fix of like, wanking it, as they say. Save your load. Yeah. But there have been times where like Frank would be like, Jesus, like I gotta unfollow some people because some of these girls, they want to signal boost all their friends, and they'll retweet like 20 girls in a row, and it's like 10 buttholes before your
I think I like
oh my God.
It's like you're like showing old saggy man balls all the time. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, please stop. I just unfollowed all of them. Like, I don't want to see open spread vagina. Sorry, I just don't want to see it. Sorry. I like unfollowed all of them. I'm like, I'm done with this. I don't want to see it like at all. I would not do that on Twitter ever. Fuck that, dude. That's crazy to me. Like, no. I don't want to see your birth canal. I'm good, dude.
Don't want to see your bonus hole.
No, I don't. Sorry, I don't want to see it at all.
Yeah, I'm feeling motivated to like, I'm not going to throw my vibrator away. Maybe I'll let it die, and then I won't recharge it next time, and I'll go from there. We'll see. Cecil, they were throwing in a copy of Madden with the PS5. Really?
That's what did it. It's the Madden copy.
James Chart, Tears in the Rain is the final monologue from Roy Batty Rucker Hauer in the original Blade Runner movie. It's a classic. Oh, thank you, James Chart. It's fun to say your last name. Dave Chandler. Riots in New York City for PS5s 2023 proceeds as expected. It just seems like, I don't know. I think maybe the Summer of Love has tainted my view of riots. I'm like, how is this like not assisted in some way? It just seems like too much chaos for what the event was supposed to be. It just doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to do that in the first place. It's going to give him a bad name. Like the influencer putting it on. So are they like not all fans? Because why would you do that to him? Like that's fucked up.
They probably aren't.
Flawed the Glizzy King. He is young, dumb, and full of cum. No, it doesn't really understand how much influence he really has. Yeah, that's for sure. Daniel Jagger. Didn't Hunter have a PH profile? Oh, I don't.
That?
What does
Oh,
it mean?
Word.
I don't know.
still don't understand this.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
What is a PH profile?
I don't know.
Corn hub.
Oh, God. That just shows you how none of us go on there. That we're like, what?
I only know this because of like research purposes.
Research.
House for real.
Okay. I took all my stuff over there too.
Hey, Chandler, Extra Girl enjoyed Poor Choices with Zia. FNC with Lauren Chen was hilarious. I laughed so hard. I nearly choked on my food. SimCast rocks, ladies. Oh, thank you, Dave. You're the best. Thank you for simping. MK Solid. Melonie, I remember when Anita Sarkeesian made a whole video because Catwoman had a great butt in Arkham City. She is such a snake through and through.
Yeah, I remember that video. She was, yeah.
Was she mad?
She doesn't like female characters being pretty. Like that's her issue. She doesn't even play video games. She's just a hardcore feminist. And you know, a little over a decade ago, she just did a Kickstarter for a Feminist Frequency video series where she was going to dissect the problems with video games because she just saw it as an opportunity to make money. She got like $200,000, made videos. Then all of a sudden, all these developers in the gaming industry started simping over what she was saying, and now we have a bunch of ugly female video game characters in games. So
And no one wants to play.
Who the fuck donated to something called
I
Feminist
know.
Frequency? Who
And then
is
she
watching
bounced.
this?
She's never played video games in her life, but she just wanted to walk in, drop that bomb, and leave.
Like, who
Let me see if I can
watches
pull
this shit?
something up.
Like, you're the worst.
Like, if you watched me play Conan Exiles, all the girls that ever played with me, we make like this sluttiest girls.
We always like that's the thing is if you play any MMO with a woman, we like to make our characters look pretty. They're we either want them to be cute or pretty or hot.
Yeah.
Like it's they gotta look good.
Well, because I feel like
Feminist Frequency. Oh my gosh.
I'm just catching. No. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just catching up on this because I heard about this and now I'm like putting it together.
Finally shut it down. Thank goodness.
For those of you who are not aware of this, a Feminist Frequency, this was 5 days ago, shutting down. It's a nonprofit founded in 2009 by Anita Sarkeesian as an outlet for media criticism of video games. Okay, so this to me is part of the Frost G4 bullshit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And she's responsible for pioneering that. Like that's what got it all plagued in the industry, and the gaming industry went downhill ever since.
The cult leader.
So
Yep.
Frost
She made
really has a
money.
bone to pick with her. I
Yep.
think Frost would be like, "Bitch, do you? I'm tired of you."
me.
And okay, so basically, it's like feminist criticism of video games, expanded through the years to include podcasts, gaming resources, and online harassment hotline. That's hilarious. Although the organization's industry resources will remain on its website, indefinitely, the hotline will close. I mean, what is no one's going to be there to pick up my phone call? Like I got harassed in the waiting room of Minecraft. Help!
Oh my god,
is that even such a thing? Okay, the hotline will close in September, and the remainder of Feminist Frequency will wind down by the end of the year. I started this project to fill a need that was missing in the media criticism and video game space. Yikes!
There was no need.
What need?
Wait, did she start Bully Hunter? Was that her too?
I don't know what Bully Hunter is.
They would like go on games. Isn't that what it was called? Maybe that's not what it was called.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, LeeAnn. They would
Bully.
they would like actually submit people that were bullies.
They would like go into Call of Duty and find these guys saying shit
to help
women.
prevent bullying
and try to get them banned.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
the
goodness.
dumbest shit. ever.
Wow.
Like, don't play games then. Are you serious? Don't ruin it for everyone, okay? Some people like
it's part of being an
using
adult
gamer
is
words.
Right,
is
and
that-
it's also when you're in a competitive environment, look
Yeah.
at any type of sport. Like smack talk is
Like,
part
oh,
of the
boo-hoo.
game.
Shut the fuck up. Don't play. Like, God, ruining everything, women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God.
That's what we do. She wrote in a press release, this is like 5 days ago, over the past decade and a half, along with an invaluable team of staff members and industry partners, we've accomplished so much to be proud of. Like what? Feminist Frequency grew into something I could never have anticipated when it began all those years ago at this point. And this is like, these people were emboldened by the Me Too movement. And they're like, ooh, how can we monetize this harassment culture, this trend
Grift is
of
real.
this grift, this
Exactly.
sexual harassment grift, this making something out of nothing, and how can we create a business?
And it hurts women. That's what's so
Yeah.
frustrating about it, because then when a woman actually has something valid that she's trying to bring to attention, people can't
Right.
take her serious anymore because of everybody who exploited this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we had Amber Heard, and we're like, well, now we're in a backlash situation where it's like, believe all women. No, we don't believe anyone now
No.
because you fucked it up, you whores.
Right.
Take advantage.
At this point, I think it's important to share that exhaustion and burnout, blah, 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 not uncommon.
Yeah,
From
she's
what?
burnt out from
Complaining
pretending
online.
to be a gamer. Like
Not
that's
uncommon in the nonprofit world. So it's like, does that not necessarily mean like not that they were not making a profit, but like they get some sort of tax exemption? I'm not
right.
super
They were
familiar.
she was definitely making money, and she wasn't even paying her employees that well. And yeah, she
What a
pocketed it.
surprise. Shocking.
Yeah, I saw
Interesting.
Mark. Shout out to Mark. She had people donate about $60K to start a Discord or something like that.
Oh yeah, apparently she did that too. She needed a second round of funding, and apparently it cost $60,000 to start a Discord server.
I did it for free.
What? For free?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's insane.
The organization added that Jalen, the director of Confidential Emotional Support Hotline, will continue to run Respect, the hotline's accountability support space. You got to be kidding. This sounds like an Onion article.
Yeah.
In addition, a private event at next year's Game Developers Conference will honor Feminist Frequency's accomplishments through the years. Yeah, okay.
No, don't.
She founded it while studying
Princess look
for
like
her master's degree at York University in Toronto. Fucking Canadians.
Boo.
Canadians ruin everything.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry for people like Anita Sarkeesian.
You're like, I do not claim her. In 2010, she began producing Tropes vs. Women, a series of videos examining misogynistic storytelling trends in movies and television. Who does this help? Do you know what I mean?
No one.
Who
It
the
doesn't
fuck
help
does this
anybody.
help?
Exactly.
Critique is meaningless without its own creation. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's like you complain. At a certain point, you have to start making your own art. Otherwise,
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
She should have made a video game with
Yes.
Princess Peach looking like this, or Zelda. Or I'm assuming that's
And
Zelda.
no
I
one
don't know.
bought it.
They
And
would
they would've
pretend
won
like this is
later.
for women.
No,
and
nobody-
no actual female gamer asked for this. And
No.
if you look at just
No.
like Halloween time when girls are dressing up as video
Oh,
game characters,
bloody characters of
picking
everything.
the classic Lara Croft. Nobody's dressing as this new Lara Croft. Same with the
Yep.
Mortal Kombat girls. They're picking the very over the top, extraordinarily larger than life, beautiful, because that's part of the fantasy of it, is becoming a character who is that amazing and that extraordinary and that beautiful. So they
Yeah.
completely missed the point.
wow.
And
Yeah,
I
it's like
shared in the
either-
oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I clicked on what you sent. And one was like okay, one was the Feminist Frequency logo. Did you want me to pull that up?
The
Okay.
irony of it, because she wants to complain about how video game characters look and how they're too idealistic. And then for her Feminist Frequency Radio logo, all of them look prettier than they do in real life. So
Oh, because they're cards.
yeah,
Oh.
it's so stupid, guys.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's just
That
the
is
irony
funny.
of it all.
Hilarious.
Oh God, especially this one. Yeah, they
Someone
forgot to
could've
draw
made it better to look like
draw an
that, so.
apple on the blog.
version is nicer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that most of the time though? They're always hypocrites, and
They
they
are.
don't believe
It was
anything
just-
they actually say.
It was
I
a grift
think they're
for
just
money.
jealous. of
Yeah.
the
They're
characters.
haters.
Wow.
get it.
And again, create your feminist content. Do it. And then if the market decides that that's something people want, great. I hope you make a lot of money from it. But again, like, and I think, and either support somebody who's creating art, or you yourself take steps to create the art that you want to see in the world. Like criticism is great, critique is great, but like at a certain point, you just need to like be the change, as the great Gandhi once said.
Yeah, it's like all the people on Twitter that make fun of others' looks, but then they have like an anime profile picture. Like, you don't count. Okay, you better show yourself
Yes,
first.
exactly.
Like, fuck that. Like,
Win in
who
the
are you?
game if you're
What's
gonna
so
do
new?
that.
Okay, so she had this. Okay, The Tropes vs. Women was the series of videos examining the misogynistic storytelling trends in movies and television. In 2012, a Kickstarter campaign to fund a video game series. Hold on, you need a Kickstarter to fund a video game series?
Yep.
What? And people
it
call
made, like,
us grippers?
200,000.
And did it ever come to fruition? The actual
I don't
video
even think
game?
she completed it. It took her an eternity just to make them. People thought it just wasn't going to happen. They were like, she took our money and left. But eventually, she did make some very low effort videos and called it a day.
Yeah, it comes to this YouTube channel, Tropes vs. Women in Video Games, Season 1. I mean, like, a lot of views. Oh, this is from 2017. How many did she do?
Right.
Oh,
The
only
current day
11
videos
She did
are
11.
really bad.
She
Yeah,
did 11 videos.
Yeah.
11?
They paid her
Girl, you didn't need a.
So apparently
need a
she
Kickstarter for
promised
this.
20 episodes, I think, and
she didn't even finish.
Yeah, she didn't even finish it.
But honestly, any of us could have made these videos for free. Like,
Yeah.
you
Right.
don't need like what the fuck was the money for?
Did she pull a BLM?
Our pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what? Yeah, I wonder what the money was for. Okay, she made the video series. It raised the organization's profile dramatically, for better and worse. The campaign shattered Sarkeesian's $6,000 fundraising goal in less than a day. And while the video series boldly confronted the growing industry's casual objectification and minimalization of female characters and real-world abuse towards female abuse, you're telling me words are abuse? That's what's
I
wrong.
mean, the male gamers probably get it the worst, to be honest. So
They do. They're always worse with each other. Yeah.
Right. It's part of the culture. Just like if you were to be in a green room at a comedy club, like there's riffing, everyone's roasting each other, you're busting balls. Like, it's just, there's a culture of each sort of niche, and you kind of roll with it, or you make a stink and you become a problem.
That's like one of the fun parts, though. They like ruin like Call of Duty and shit, like the chat.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. I hate to say that, like, women came in and ruined it.
Not all women.
No,
just
those
some.
types of women.
Well, that's what's unfortunate, is because there's so many cool female gamers who can hang. If you really look at before this happened, there was a clan called PMS Clan. It was amazing. I was in it for a bit. It was a bunch of girls that were more like that tomboy type in attitude, whether they looked like it or not, but in attitude where it was like, hey, we're in this male-dominated hobby. We gotta hang. We're not here to take over. We're here to hang with them. We don't want them using the kid gloves with us. We want to be able to hang. And that was cool times.
This is just like a relationship. You want to enhance a relationship, not change a person. You know, like you shouldn't seek out people like that. Why are you going into the space and trying to change it when it functions the way it is already? And
Right. Whereas most people in that space have agreed to these rules and are fine with this dynamic and participate and enjoy what goes on. But it's like hecklers in a comedy club. You're the one that doesn't fit in. You're the one that can't hang. You need to like yell out and make it a problem for everybody else. Just because you're like, I disagree. I don't believe. I think Dylan Mulvaney's a woman, and it's like, okay, you've just now made your opinion more important than everybody else in the room who is having a good time, and you can draw a parallel with gaming. That's why I've always like felt a connection.
And now she's gone. She's not even a gamer anymore. Because if she was actually still a gamer, sure, why not? We'll make your opinion somewhat valid.
There was video of her even around that time saying, "Hey, I'm not a gamer. I don't play video games, but I found this was something I needed to talk about." And she just saw it as an opportunity to make
that men
money.
enjoy. That's their goal.
Yeah.
They're like, we have to destroy it.
Yeah.
It's so obnoxious. Like, I can understand why some guys are like, I hate women, but it's like, again, it's just some women ruining it for
they're
the
ruining
ones
it
that enjoy it.
They're
We hate those women too. Okay,
they're feeding into this culture war now, and now you have guys who hate all women as a result. Some, obviously not all, but it's just the same as, you know, feminism that is hating on all men, and then you have another extreme of men hating on all women, and it's getting ridiculous. It's very gay, quite honestly, to hate the opposite gender that much.
It is gay.
Yes.
It is gay.
Yes.
The divide is getting
it's getting
wider.
bad. Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else interesting in this article. Okay, yes. Industries objectification for women triggered a backlash from the darkest segment of society that her work singled out, helping to spawn the harassment campaign known as Gamergate, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Sarkeesian became a favorite target of abuse. God, abuse. It's like this overuse of the word abuse, on and off. In 2014, someone sent a bomb threat because she was a scheduled speaker at the Game Developers Choice. Okay, but that's not being, I don't know. I mean, that sucks, but as someone who's been like swatted twice, like I wouldn't consider that an attack. Like,
I feel like celebrities get that all the time.
They just say it's
Right. They do.
So they can
The
be like, oh
same
my
year,
God, I'm being abused.
she was forced to cancel a speech at a college based on loose security. Students sent a threatening email. I mean, again, a lot of conservatives, a lot of people who don't have woke beliefs get this sort of treatment when they try to, when Ann Coulter or you know, tries to speak at a college. I mean, so many well-known people run into these problems. So it's like, I don't know, I'm not saying like suck it up, but you want to be a public figure. This is what comes with it. People are gonna disagree with you. Yeah. Harassment is the background radiation of my life. Again, playing a victim. It's a factor in every decision I make. Anytime I tweet something or make a post, I'm always thinking about it. When I post our videos, it's a consideration. It affects where I go and how I behave and how I feel walking down the street every day. Do you think she's walking down the street? You think an attacker is going to come up to her and like try to grab her purse? They're gonna try to grab her purse, and she's gonna be like, "Is this because of my video?" You know,
that's what I hate about this and like the She-Hulk show and stuff, because isolated incidents do happen, but to act like this is an every single day occurrence for every woman is retarded. Yeah.
That's mental
Speaking
illness.
of retarded, we have Cecil here.
Hello. And you know how women go into men's spaces and ruin it? But men, when they come into women's spaces, they just make it better, whether it's me or Leah Thomas, whatever.
There we go. Well, we sent Leah a link. She won't respond to my DM.
I like the conversation, but I just have to show this. I don't know if you guys already talked about it. Justin Trudeau is coming out of the closet now.
Oh my God!
I don't know if
it's officially gay.
I don't know if he. Wait, hold on. I don't know if he.
Oh my God! What is that?
You weren't supposed to see that.
He
just tweeted a tweet of him. Oh, you got it.
This?
We're Team Barbie now. Are you kidding me?
Who is this?
Who's that dude?
He has two boyfriends. That's why his ex-wife left him.
I mean, I really liked the Barbie movie, and now I see this, and I go, well, maybe I was wrong.
I didn't even know I thought he was gay. I didn't know he was married.
No, he's married for decades. 2 decades.
I thought he was gay.
The Babylon Bee had a great headline the other day. It says, Justin Trudeau shocks nation divorce shocks nation as people find out he was married to a woman.
For real? I had no idea. I thought he was gay.
I mean, his
time.
ex-wife is beautiful. I think like she seems like a nice person.
Well, he dressed her, so she was always looked great.
Oh my God!
Her makeup and her hair, of course, she was beautiful.
You're going out like that.
I've never seen this woman. I didn't even know she existed.
my God.
Let's look at these comments. Sound of Freedom Part 2. I can almost smell the watermelon scented lube and AIDS through this picture.
Oh, no.
Wow. I'm like, I'm following her. I'm like, I'm gonna follow her. I'm like,
Yeah, follow her.
I'm like, we get it. You're gay. This explains so much about you. Oh my God, brutal. Steph with the gif. I am so sorry for you Canadians. Trudeau is about to come out as trans. Oh my Lord.
I mean, we live in
What
a
is
world.
this about?
A year from now, he could be a woman.
Why is
Very
this
well.
happening? Is he just trying to seem relatable? Is this a
I think so. Like he definitely skews towards like the youth in Canada to try to get
Okay.
votes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, those are easy votes. You know, give them a bit of money for their tuition, and then
Yeah.
see. I fell for that. I fell for that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he is reaching out to Gen Z with this move because Gen
Yeah.
Z like him sucks dick.
Yeah.
He does
And
not look as
if
damn pretty as usual in this picture.
Trudeau was wearing an I am Knuff shirt, I could have
Yeah.
forgiven it. I would have been like, well played.
Yeah, I would
sir.
have forgiven that.
Wait, what does the shirt say? I can't even tell.
First he was
Love
tweeting
you more.
he was tweeting Taylor Swift lyrics apparently at first. What a
Oh my
fool.
God,
Yeah,
he's
he
probably
definitely
coming
did.
to the T Swift concert. He's a Swiftie.
Oh my God,
He's
he's
a
a
This is
Swiftie.
like hey fellow kids. The meme is like, hello fellow homosexuals.
Yeah.
I think his sweatshirt
Definitely
says
banging
love you
dudes.
more. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
what it
I
says
think that's
here.
what it says. Yeah.
No, it says lube you more.
Yay.
Oh my God.
Lube.
Does he have kids?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does.
He has 2 kids.
Why is he up for re-election soon?
He just got reelected, I think, last year.
What?
Yeah.
After
Okay.
all that trucker stuff and all that, wow.
Yeah. But the
Who's
problem
voting
is
for him?
our voting system, it's not by number of votes, it's by ridings where it's your geographical location. So if you're
Oh,
so it's very heavily skewed towards city and city
okay. That's unfortunate.
country people hate them. Absolutely
Yeah,
hate 'em.
I imagine.
I see
And
so many
gay
SC
and trans
Trudeau.
votes count twice.
I mean, that's like how New York
Wow.
is too. New York State is like upstate, and all the more country regions. They're not about all of these liberal politicians and stuff, but it's the city, and they have more power.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how PA got John Fetterman too.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked about that. LeeAnn, I could never forgive you guys for voting that absolute tard
Philly
into
Literally,
office.
That's the closest we've ever had to Frankenstein's monster in office.
Mhm. Should I even bother finishing this Feminist Frequency article? It's like all the same shit. It's like,
just,
it's
it's
so
just
boring.
a bunch of like patting her on the back for
She
doing
is
this.
boring,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, it's
nothing.
Well,
boring.
It is.
didn't
It's
know
patting
this.
her on the back. Yeah.
Is she the one that started this whole like not pretty women in video games?
Yeah,
then?
she
Is
started it. She
Wow.
pioneered all of it. Yeah.
that 200K really changed the industry then.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
It's interesting to be able to trace it back to a particular person or movement or time, because I just thought, like, oh, this is just a widespread trend. It's like, it's just this one bitch. Chris, so for anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Ask Paige. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
how
no.
untoward. How disgusting. Slagless girl who preys on lonely men who ruins their perceptions of real women by dancing naked in front of them, pretending they have a chance with her, is upset at AI creeping into her territory. So here's what I'm wondering with the AI thing. It's conceivable that we will get to a point where AI women will take the jobs of, I guess, basically OnlyFans, right? And porn, because most guys are like, I mean, there's some guys are, oh, I can tell it's fake right away. Like Frank could tell right away. Like I'd be like, oh, I think these girls are, he's like, no, they're fake. So, but not everybody, is looking at the hands. The hands are sometimes a dead giveaway. Sometimes not everybody's looking at the eyes. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, that's the body. That's generally something I would fap to, and it's enough. So these AI chicks, and it'll get to the point where maybe you have like an Andrew Tate or somebody who runs like an AI farm,
Right.
or they contract a bunch of, I guess, I don't know, designers, AI coders to, okay, make me 100 girls, and then I make pages for them, and they make money. They're hotter, they're better, they respond to messages faster than the real human women do.
They
And
show up on time. They don't complain.
Mm-hmm.
They work 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Because right now you can contract out your OnlyFans messaging to like Habib in Pakistan, and he'll write back to your.
That is true.
You want to see my bobs now?
Habib knows all your secrets. So it'll either flood the market with competition. So you're like, oh damn, I can't a regular girl's, I can't compete with this AI, like perfect proportions, responding all the time.
And I literally could care less. I haven't posted on my shit. I don't answer any DMs on OnlyFans. I could care less if I do it or not.
LeeAnn, do you see AI being a threat to OnlyFans?
No.
Not you, because you can do like you're a triple threat. You're multifaceted.
Yeah, I don't care at all.
You could do anything, honestly.
I feel bad for the guys. Like, you're gonna be doing all this, but it's not even a human. At least now there's like a human. Now it's just like a fucking robot. Like, I don't know. And it's a dude.
I don't think you
If you
understand.
don't care.
man.
Oh well, go
We
ahead.
used to-
Go for it.
When I was a kid, we used to jerk off to Victoria's Secret fucking magazine like it was like gold that showed up in the mailbox. Like, it didn't take much.
I would just be freaked out if I was like saying explicit things and it was a dude though. Like, it wasn't even like you're messaging someone on OnlyFans and like it's the girl answering you most of the time. But like now it's like some dude, it's like a team of dudes. I don't know. It's just weird. I
It
just
is
don't want people to
weird.
waste their whole life on that. and,
Right.
like, I don't know. It's just weird.
There's a
But I don't care if it
never-ending supply
replaces
of
it. I don't
these
give a
guys,
shit. Go ahead.
I know, but do you see it replacing?
I'm
regular-
sure it could, but it kind of does now. Like, they already have them on there. Like, it's already been a thing. Like, the Melody thing has been around,
Yep.
but there's plenty of other ones now. They're on Pornhub, they're on OnlyFans. Like, that's already like a thing. So
Wait.
it's
Yeah.
not like
Wait
crazy or
until it gets
anything.
better. Once it gets a little bit better and guys can type in what they want it to look like, and it looks like the
Yeah.
freaky shit that guys are like those like real doll things.
Yeah.
There is a demand for goblins.
Like aliens.
For
Yeah.
for
What?
for-
Cecil,
like,
are you saying
guys-
that's what you want? That's what you're trying to get, or you mean generally?
I'm saying that there are guys that buy real
Yeah.
dolls that are of goblin. Wait, Drex has a friend who you could buy
Like
goblins.
green?
And if you want ones with missing arms, guys who have fetishes for goblin women amputees. With every fucking weird thing
Wow.
you think of, now they're just gonna type within a few years. They're gonna type that shit in, and it's gonna be like a
Holy
perfect
crap.
recreation. And
There's a
guys are gonna be like,
3D printer. They'll print out your perfect girlfriend.
The real
Oh my
ones are
god.
expensive as hell, man. They're like
I want 4 boobs, aesthetics,
It's like-
horns, a fox.
Like
No.
character created at the
Did Cecil
beginning
say
of
hi?
the
Cecil.
game.
Cecil asked me-
Here, Gino. Hold on,
Hi,
Gino's
Gino.
here. Gino, do you want to talk to Cecil?
Did Cecil ask about me? Did he say? Did you know I said hi?
First thing I
said hi.
said is, how's Gino? Did he ask about me?
Oh, you want to say hi really quick? Put the headphones on. He can't hear. Okay.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Hey, Cece.
What's going on?
Just saying hi.
I missed you so much.
I miss you
Romance is
more.
real.
Miss you, buddy. I gotta go. He said hi. I'm blushing. I gotta go.
Aw. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, I think we've only scratched the surfaces of our degeneracy. Once we
Yeah.
have once guys can literally type in shit to be made on demand, there's gonna be like 4 tits.
I just
and
wonder if
hell,
they're gonna
raccoon-
let them like
whatever the
make
fuck.
kids. That's like the weird thing.
I
Like,
don't
are they
think
going
they
to? How
make
are they going to
kids,
stop them?
though.
They're
Because
not
if you
going to
think
stop them. So
if you think about them even just wanting a girlfriend and on demand when they want to talk to them and all that, kids require a lot of work. They're not going to want kids. They're not going to want to put
It's
forth
almost
the
like
effort.
the average person probably not is going to spend a lot of time and money, typing in like goblin girl with 3 tits and a tail. I think the people that already are degenerate are just going to have like more interesting options. They're going to be able to go down like their own rabbit hole of requests, and their AI girl could turn into their real doll girl. They could order up whatever they want, and and like you're always gonna have some. It's getting that like middle third, right? That could sway into that like deep degenerate situation, but keeping them like okay, like no, don't get distracted, don't get tempted into this world. You're not going to stop. Obviously, the market's the market. If there's enough people that want a 3-titted goblin real doll, so be it. Live and let live. No, carpe diem. So carpe goblin.
These are interesting times we're living in. 10 years ago, that sentence never came out of anybody's mouth.
No. The internet has opened up a lot of holes we don't want to hear about.
Opening up holes.
Yeah. You know what might actually happen is we might hit the degeneracy rock bottom, and then guys would be like, you know what I really wanted to try? Actually asking a girl out. And
that's
that'll be like the ultimate
I
setting.
think that's starting to happen. We're seeing like the younger generation is like, well, things are way out of hand right now with things. We're seeing a lot more conservative values and stuff that are elevating.
It's actually a thing. Younger men are having more conservative values than liberal values.
Yep.
More religious.
So it always goes back. And then at some point we'll get the 4-titted goblin again. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I think a lot of people will knock people getting married when they're like, 20. And I think that these, when they're marrying each other, like fresh out of high school or when they're starting college and they're getting married young, I think that's great for them. It's that they don't have to go through so many of the issues that a lot of other people are going through, and they're not going to go through this degen phase. They're not going to be as likely to go through a degen phase when it's like, okay, they have a husband, they have a wife, they're fulfilling each other's needs. It's like they're getting to experience a happy life together and companionship. And that's one reason why I absolutely hate it when people act like there's just one size fits all of like, oh yeah, no one should be getting married until they're 30, all this stuff. I mean, they did
Can I just say something funny? While she's saying how boys are trending more conservative and people's values are coming back, I just look in the chat and it just says, Melonie, show us your feet.
Except for this chat, of course.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Watch Batman. Watch that Batman YouTube video, please.
Yeah. Well,
this is interesting. Conservative. That's like the entry level fetish. So that is pretty conservative these days.
It is. Yeah, actually. Look at Mia Khalifa when she posted that thing about the whole marriage thing, where she's like, it's a piece of paper, get divorced, blah blah blah.
Oh,
like,
what a perfect segue, X-Ray girl. You're like setting this up for me
you're
so
welcome.
perfectly. This could not be better. This could not be more organic if we tried. Okay. This is Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa was an adult film star who had a brief stint in the adult arts, made, I don't know, she claims only 20K or 17K or something, and then got out.
Yeah, right.
But like she was number one. Like she might still be top. She's definitely still top 10.
Well,
like she
made the news because they had death threats on her because she was doing porn in hijab.
Hijab, yeah.
Even though, not even Muslim, right?
Wow.
She was giving blow hijabs. No. All right. Hand hijabs. Okay, I'll be here all night. Okay, so here's the clip. Mia Khalifa is giving young women marriage advice. Read that. So this is, I didn't realize this about Mia. She's been divorced like 3 times. So
I didn't know she's married at all.
Let's hear Mia's marriage advice.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something. It's a
wrong use of the word sanctimonious.
Commitment you make to someone.
Yeah, marriage is not some
feel
sacred thing. Actually, it is.
It is. Yeah. In sickness and in health.
It's meant to be one of the very most sacred things.
You're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that
I hate that thing where she says, "Are you getting anything from this?"
Yeah.
Right.
Is that really true? Like,
why get married?
If your husband or boyfriend, fiance, even when you're testing them out to be, like, if they're not fulfilling something, why did you get married in the first place?
Yeah. I don't
Also,
understand.
too many people treat this marriage as like this transactional thing too, and that's caused a lot of issues as well. I mean, I think when you really take away the love element, and it says in sickness and in health, there's things that can happen in any marriage that to somebody. They could, get in a car accident and be in a wheelchair and all this kind of stuff. And if everything is just purely transactional, then it just completely takes away what
the meaning,
the meaning behind it. Yeah. And then the love, when you really unpack what love is, it's a very selfless thing. And so when you have you're constantly telling people, what are you getting out of this? What's in it for you? It's like treating it like it's entirely transactional. That's not love then.
And I learned so much.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned a lot about like what it means to be married, like because I've been with Frank like 8 years, and I thought, oh, I already feel married with him. I already know what it's like to live with him. I already know the things that bother me. I already know what chores we do and don't like to do, and who likes to cook and who likes to get egg bites from Starbucks, that sort of thing. And but when we went through the pre-cana, which was what you have to do to get married in a Catholic church, it's like I learned something important, and that is, which I doubt that me and Khalifa did, that your marriage is actually like a third entity. It's like you have to think of the decisions you make. Okay, there's decisions you make for you, there's things you do for your partner, but then there's decisions you make like for your marriage, and you have to, and then it's also the idea, and that's the thing, is you kind of have to believe in God for this one. It's like marriage, it's you, your partner, and God. And it's like part of the pre-can is like it's kind of nuts because we're up there giving our vows, right? We're getting married, and it's kind of like the deacon is saying to us, like, guess what, Chrissy, it's your job to get Frank into heaven. And I'm thinking, me? Like,
I was counting on him.
I'm like, I'm thinking, like, to be funny, I'm thinking you're fucked, but like deep down, like my not comedian self was going, wow, like how important that is, like how special that is. And I just think a lot of people are getting married without feeling the weight of the specialness and the responsibility. I think most people just look at marriage as like, you're the ball and chain. Oh, you're going to resent each other. Oh, the ladies are gold diggers. Oh, men are whatever. There's negative things on both sides, but it's
so heaven is like the club, and you're Frank's hot chick that gets him in the club.
And
oh my God,
it's kind of like, you got to look out for each other. And Mia is treating marriage just like any old relationship, just any old boyfriend, girlfriend, and whether she did porn or not is irrelevant. Like, because there's girls who never did porn who talk about marriage the same way she does. True. Like, it's just a piece of paper, get in, get out. Like, we have the knowledge, we know that she's financially very well off, which gives you the added like, oh, well, it's easy for you to get out. You can pay for all your shit on your own. Whereas like,
and is she taking money too? Was she like married to men that made more money than her?
Did she get a prenup or
good
like
point? Did she get half of their stuff when they divorced?
Exactly.
Yeah,
probably that she's in California, so yes.
Like, I just think that like they treat marriage like as if you're just dating. Like, if you're gonna go into this sanctimonious relationship, I really truly believe like it's forever. When like Mark or I die, like that's when we're actually single again, not like if we get divorced, because like you can't give up that easily. There's a lot of things you can do, at least a couple hundred things you can do before it gets to that point,
right?
And it really depends on the two people. If you really are fighting for it, then you can work through it.
And like, why don't get married to someone that is not your ride or die? If you're thinking of it as just a piece of paper, not that everyone has to be religious and like think about it the way that I do, but like you need to treat it that serious. Like maybe you're not a hardcore Catholic, that's fine, but it needs to be, and I can understand because nobody in this country for the most part trusts our institutions anymore. So it's easy to be like, well, it's relatively easy to get divorced, and 50% plus of the population is divorced. And how many of us grew up in, broken homes or whatever? And it's just because it's been normalized and it's common doesn't mean that we don't need to work harder and preserve something that is valuable, which is because you get to, guess what? She's been divorced 3 times. Anybody in the chat knows, like, sometimes you'll just pick the same type of girl over and over again, or life will serve you up the same lesson over and over until you learn it. And your relationship, your partner, your spouse, like, that's your mirror. It's their job to hold up a mirror and show you who you are, what your bad patterns are, what your good patterns are, what you need to work on, how you're procrastinating, what your strengths are, be there for you when someone dies, be there for you through, like, all of it, right? And if you're just like, I'm gonna bail when it gets hard, I'm not getting any, and she's exaggerating when she says, if you're not getting anything out of it, like, you're not gonna marry someone that you feel you get nothing from. So she's like being dramatic here. And
I think if she, if she wanted to tune this message towards people who are in abusive scenarios or being cheated on or something like that, and say, hey, you know what? It's okay for you to get out of this situation if it's gone this bad. It's still a very tragic and very sad thing. But to just be like, it's just paperwork. You're not happy. That's a completely different story.
Yeah. She sucks.
She doesn't look happy.
Right.
No.
And I think like maybe she felt a lot of love, and it could have been lust at the beginning of these relationships that she had. And that really clouds your judgment. So if you can get through some of these tough conversations to make sure that you vet your person to the needs and wants that you have in a relationship, that will make that last longer.
And I don't buy her. I don't think this is a real this is bullshitty girl powery, glamorized Lizzo-y like whatever, third, fourth wave, whatever the latest wave is, feminist. This is not real.
One of everyone else.
This is girl bossy. I don't need no man. Just get out. You do you. Live your truth bullshit. I'd rather see her, not that I want to see her in tears or broken or something, but like, let me hear a real video from Mia Khalifa being like, here's why it really didn't work out. Like I've done a lot of work on myself, and here's why my relationships didn't work out. Or my dad was abusive, and for me that feels like home, so I go for that kind of guy over and over again. That's why I have 3 failed marriages. This whole like get out, it's very one-sided, it's very bullshitty, it's not real. I don't believe this is a cope coming from her. It's like her relationships work. Guess what? She was 50% of that relationship, so you can't blame it all on the other person. It's like, what did you do or not do to have this? But it's so easy, of course, to blame the other person because our culture has normalized and glamorized,
victim mentality.
We need to have divorce parties. We need to have a divorce registry.
That's weird. That's really weird.
And like
my guess is she. My guess is she doesn't give a flying fuck about whoever she's with, and eventually they get tired of her bullshit, and they're like, I don't care how good looking you are, or how infatuated I was with you. I'm out. Like fuck.
She seems very unbearable. Like her personality seems just wretched.
And that's the problem with a lot of like the super feminist people. Like it's just entitlement.
Yes.
That's why I said I feel bad for men more than women dating out here, just because I feel like bitches are crazy as hell. Like more so.
The list of wants is so extensive. It's wild. And then what do they? And let's red pill it. What do they bring to the table?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think there's problems on both sides, though, and I think that there's a lot of victim mentality going on. And if you and my advice to guys would be to take for what it's worth, nothing, but still is if you get in this victim mentality mode of I'm never gonna date again because women are awful.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to really, if you victim mentality doesn't serve anybody. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for guys because of like the Me Too shit. And if you go on TikTok, there are so many women just airing all their business out of their
They are,
husbands,
and it's
boyfriends.
awful.
That's
I'm like,
disgusting.
dude, you're so embarrassing. Like, stop doing that. Like, why are you doing that to them? Like, like embarrassing shit that should not be online. Like, for likes, you fucking psycho.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
Well, that's the currency is social media.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
It's all about them likes and comments.
Just, like,
It is-
airing out your husband though. That's wild to me. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't respect
And the
him,
as-
like, how's your marriage gonna work? If you don't respect each other, then
absolutely.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean you're a doormat, submissive, spineless. I think there's a misconception about what it means to be like defer to your husband or be like there's a positive aspect of submission, or maybe it just means you're sort of picking your battles, or you guys have an understanding or whatever. Like, you can't have two alphas all the time. You can't have it can't be your way all of the time. It's would you rather have peace or be right? And that is something that a long-term relationship will teach you. And with Mia being in porn, it's like it is kind of a core value of marriage that you're my ride or die. You're my one and only. I value you. I'm here for you. I'm looking out for your needs. I share my body and soul with just you. And when you're doing porn, I don't know if she is anymore, or of how many of these marriages were inside or outside of her porn career, but it's like that's kind of not really an inherent value that she has. So how can you expect her to value marriage for what it's supposed to mean when is
Are
kind
you
of
saying the porn stars' values are fucking?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, and all the comments will tell you, like, yeah, this is not who we should be looking to for marriage advice. But it's like, I do want this woman to be happy. And I just like, I watch her speak, and I go, feminism has wronged you, the culture, like your brain. I can see the brainwashing because I was there too.
Empowerment in the wrong way.
Yeah, did you see what she used as an example? She said Tom Brady. She said, I'm getting more rings than Tom Brady, as if her divorces are the accomplishment of a Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah. She's like, I'm getting rings like I'm keeping Tom Brady on his toes. I'm getting more
missed
rings
that.
than
I completely missed that. I was like, why
yeah.
is she mentioning Tom Brady?
And that video was a stitch to another video where a girl was just talking about unique engagement rings, and she stitched that video from that and said, this is lame. Getting divorced, all the cool girls get divorced before 30 is what she said. So yes,
she's delusional.
Yes.
Wow.
Just insane.
She thinks it's an accomplishment to get dumped
bragging about it.
Weird.
By being insufferable.
That's
like a failure, and they look at it as like a good thing.
I got a ring and I got alimony, I guess.
I used to work at a private school on the Upper East Side in the admissions department, and Bridget Moynihan, who was Tom Brady's first wife, came in and interviewed I don't think they ever got married. Interviewed their son and like went through I remember it was a big to do when Bridget Moynihan came to the school, and we're like, everyone's like, Bridget Moynihan's here, and most people are like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, I know who that is. And she's like low key, chic, thin, model. She was in Sex and the City. She played Mr. Big's girlfriend. I'm sure she's done other things, but that's just the most meaningful credit to me. And it was exciting too, just like seeing all this sort of semi-celebrity and like elite types that came through the school for interviews. But and that's the thing, is like, you shouldn't be she kind of is on that level. She can compare herself to Tom Brady in terms of like status, money, opportunities, whatever. But that's really icky that she's comparing. Like, I'm just here collecting rings. If that's what you think marriage is to you, it's like oh, I'm at the dentist. Time to open up the treasure box and grab something out.
It's a total cope, because she's like saying like, oh, I'm winning by getting so many divorces.
It is so flipping it around. Cope.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot of paperwork, but just do it.
Yeah, I know it's hard to fill out forms.
No, you're a 3-time failure, Mia. Like you why get it's
Why are you giving relationship advice? And what
Why are you getting
psychopath is
married? If
taking
it's just
relationship
paperwork, then
exactly.
don't do it.
Yeah, why
She's
she?
giving herself
Why?
advice. She's trying to tell herself it's okay.
Yeah.
Instead of like, just like with Hunter. He's like, it's fine. I'll be a crackhead till I'm 60. I'll take pictures of my cock and my face at the same time until well beyond the years I should be still doing that. So,
Yeah. Wait,
There
when
was
did
no
he leave
year
that
he should have
laptop
been
at that
doing-
store? Like, what year was that he left it there?
oh, the laptop? It was right
Yeah.
before the election. So I think it came out
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
At least
Oh, and New York
remember to go
Post.
get it.
New York Post was the first one to drop the story, and literally now we see how much the government and the Biden White House was working with Facebook to suppress the whole laptop story, like suppress
might have been earlier
Daily
than
Wire, suppress
2019.
everybody. Yeah,
It might have been earlier than 2019 because somebody on during the hearings last week said the FBI had it a year before the Post did the story, and a year before the FBI knew it was real. They already had paperwork that said people knew it was real a year before the Post broke it, and then when the Post broke it, they came out and were like, "It's fake," but they have internal documents from a year earlier where they already were acknowledging it's real. So they were lying.
Wow.
They were trying to listen. They were trying to get fucking Joe in office. So
yeah, and the FBI did have it for much longer. They just held on to it forever, did nothing with it. The corruption is ridiculous. It just makes me kind of laugh at this point. But again, it's like fame, success, all the things that us like peasants like think we want. It would make our lives better. And then you look at Hunter and you're like, yeah, I can feel bad for him. Yeah, you look at me at Khalifa. Yeah, she's very brainwashed and probably deeply miserable.
Yeah,
and
she looks sad.
probably a lot of nights drinking wine in the bathtub, but
Yes.
like that's not what we see on social media. We
And
go,
then
"Get it,
what's her
girl."
future?
Yeah.
she's the type of miserable that she's going to make. It's like she can't stand to be, if she's with a dude and he's happy, she's just going to be like resenting him and be like, I have to make him as miserable as me. Like that's a fucking.
I don't understand the desire to do that.
Yeah.
She has to knock him down a peg. How dare you be happy?
I feel like the women who marry men that is similar to her, they need someone who is essentially going to be their slave. Will do anything and everything for them without the return to them.
Yes,
beta.
that happens sometimes. Where it's like the guy is supposed to be the provider and he's supposed to come home and cook and clean.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
insane.
girl just
Both
gets complete
roles.
princess treatment and not have to do anything. That's awful. Yeah.
I feel like that would be like a beta dude, but she's the type that wouldn't date one of those.
Right.
She
Yeah,
wants to
confusing.
date someone who's seems alpha, but then ends up putting them in the beta role.
It's going to get fake alphas who are like faking it because a guy is not an alpha is not going to take an ex-porn star with 3 divorces.
Right.
That's not the top
Exactly.
pick for an alpha.
What about
You're gonna
one
get guys-
divorce?
What's that?
What about one divorce? Like at
One
what
is-
point you go, that's a bit much. Okay.
You could have 3 divorces or do porn, but you can't do both.
Well, she did it.
Well, she can't go to the Middle East either, so you always
She's
have
not
to
a
take that.
top-
If you
That's
want to go
true.
over there, you can't either. So
She's not a top pick for like the top guys. They look right past her.
Right.
they're
What are your
She's gonna get
what
guys
are
that are
her-
faking it. They'll lie about it, but they'll just be bitches, and then she'll lose respect for them instantly. Because, like you
and
said,
what are her options? She's 30 now, so maybe she does want to. Maybe she never wants to have kids, but maybe she will in a few years want to have kids, and she'll go, "Oh shit! Well, it's extremely hard." Okay, it's like not for her because if she's got money, she could probably be a single mom, but it's like that's kind of not ideal for the kid, and it's like it is going to be ultimately sad because either you get back into porn or you become a single mom because there's no scenario or you don't have kids, you're not doing porn and you're lost. She's got to those are her 3 options. Or she's got to either starts a podcast, gets back into porn, or becomes a single mom are her options because she's not doing the marriage thing. She may or may not want to have kids yet, and so it'll be interesting to check back with her.
She will
in
find more
5
guys to
years.
marry her. She will.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure she
Maybe-
has a lot of simps.
Maybe she'll learn a lesson. Who knows? We wish you the best, Mia, if you're watching. Zato,
Yeah, call
Cherry,
me if you're watching.
yeah, we'll send you a link. Cherry 2000 was a prophetic movie in a way. Human psychology is intense. Oh, I've never seen this.
That's with Melonie Griffith. Is that her name? Griffin? The blonde chick from
But I have seen her, and that was
she's a robot. She's
Joaquin Phoenix.
she's a sex bot in Cherry, but it's from the 80s, that movie.
Oh, it's before our time, Cecil.
I was probably 4 or 5 when I saw it, and I shouldn't have been watching it.
Hi, Q. Ladies, is it possible the reason AI girlfriends are becoming a thing is because you girls are not particularly easy to talk to? Well, I never.
Or do guys not know how to talk to girls?
Yeah.
Hey, I talk to everyone at meetup.
Me too. I talk to everyone.
That's
all
the thing
time.
is this attitude that all girls suck. Like there are so many amazing women out there, very sweet. Like there are great women who would love to be approached and talked to.
Yeah.
And it's just right now with what social media doing is what society's doing is this stupid gay gender war thing of all men are bad, all women are bad. It's just causing a rift.
I think Haiku, the reason why you are of the opinion that girls are not easy to talk to, I think because you haven't found your types of girls. Because again, like what Melonie and what XRay Girl are saying, if you go to a meetup, it'll be very easy for you to talk to a ton of other nerdy girls. If you're really into, I don't know, old cars and you go to an old car meetup, guess what? It'll be easy to talk. So maybe you're struggling with like where to go to meet the type of girl that you're going to vibe with. Yeah.
Just as a single guy, there's 2 things that always get in the way when I approach a woman. One is pepper spray, and 2 is those whistles that they're always blowing. Who started that?
Also, high Q, I think approaching a woman in intentions to date them is not necessarily always the right way to approach a situation. Try friendly approach and then suss it out, and then maybe go for that if that is your intention in the end.
Yeah, my follow-up question is, what is hard? What are you finding hard about talking to girls? I have follow-up questions for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprised when they
It's
don't.
probably like Ralph Wiggums when he's trying to talk to Lisa. So, do you like stuff?
I choo.
Oh my god. Joe Leisure in the chat says just get a puppy, and that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
You will have girls actually come up to you.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. Oh my god, I'm constantly making out with dogs. Mr. Perfect. I don't watch porn. I'll make it. Oh, look at you.
Oh, it's Hunty.
Hunter, if that's really you in the chat, I think you can send more than $1.99.
Come on.
Push-ups. Is it weird to have a root beer addiction? I would say a soda addiction is
It could
is
make
bad.
you fat. Yeah.
I love root beer. I haven't had root beer in a long time.
Say yes. Oh my goodness, thank you, Disco Cobra. Thank you for the pink boy. Thank you for the fitty. Just wondering, since Melonie Mac is on, I come from a Christian background and struggle with lustful desire and master battalion. No, invasion. I can't read. Not really into PR on at all.
Porn.
I'm trying to be discreet. Have you ever struggled with lust or sexual sin in life? I'm still working on my desire. See, I like
Yes, Melonie, tell us how you struggle with lust.
In detail.
Any human being with a healthy human being is going to have some sort of lustful feelings from time to time. And coming from a Christian perspective, which is what you asked about, I would encourage you to read your Bible every day. If you read just a chapter of the Bible every day, like the closer your relationship is with God, and I'm telling you, like the Bible is alive. I have no other way to describe it. So if you read a chapter a day, like just in my life in general, I've noticed a huge transformation in my life. And so you're not going to have It's going to make things easier for you to stay on your walk. And then also biblically talking about this sort of topic, hey, if your eyes cause you to sin, pluck them out. Obviously, don't actually pluck your eyes out. But
is that a real quote?
Yes. If something is actually keeping you got to separate yourself from whatever's making you stumble. You know, a lot of that comes with self-responsibility. Don't blame everybody, but you and lust is an active thing. You know, it's one thing to you're immediately that thought, but to actively lust, that's a decision. And so, you know, that much is going to be on you. But also, what Paul says in the Bible, 1 Timothy, I believe, is when he talks about, you know, because for him, Paul was able to be single forever and he didn't care. He was fine. He didn't struggle with this kind of stuff. But he's like, for everybody else, hey, if you're gonna be burning with passion, find yourself a wife, you know, or find yourself a husband if you're a woman. So do that. Like, make it an effort, you know. And so if people are just alone all the time, yeah, this is going to be a constant struggle. Lust is, because we're human beings. That's how we're made, to want to share intimacy with another human being. And so look for it, like put in the effort and try to find yourself a wife.
You're fascinating, Melonie. I have 2 follow-up questions.
Okay.
Give me an example of the Bible is alive. What you mean by that?
I mean, the Bible, I mean, already in the Bible, it does describe that the word was God and the word was with God. And so the best way I can describe it is like it's like a physical manifestation of God. And it took me actually making it a priority to read a chapter, at least one chapter a day, for me to truly understand that dynamic. But I can read about something completely unrelated to whatever something might be, but I just feel God's presence a lot stronger in my life ever since. I'm just like, hey, I will not let myself fall asleep unless I read a chapter of the Bible, even if it's like 4 a.m. and I'm exhausted. I'm getting that chapter in. And so yeah, you feel the Holy Spirit and you feel the presence of God with you a lot more, even like during your day-to-day, and it makes it easier to not want to fall into sin.
It's almost like the Bible was the original 12 rules for life. And then you said another thing that was interesting is that lust is did you say lust is an active thing, or lust is
yeah, because I mean, I think it's there's certain, when you really think about it, if you see someone super hot and you have this initial, whoa, they're hot, like that's kind of out of your control. It's a knee-jerk reaction. But what do you do with that? That's the thing, is are you going to be undressing them in your mind? Are you going to be, you know, honing in on all of their sexual parts and focusing on it? You know, that's the difference. You know, the whole like, hey, think about baseball thing rings true. Think about something else. Like you can control what you were actively, you know, focusing on. Yeah.
Action versus reaction.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, how are you going to get anything done and like get your goals if everyone who's super hot like completely throws you off your day?
Exactly. Because you're going to see hot people when you go out. You can't control that. And you can't control other people and what they're going to do, but you can control yourself. And so I think that's also one reason why in the Bible, when Jesus talks about looking at, in this case, he was talking to guys, but this applies to women as well, if that's their struggle. But looking at a woman with lust is he's talking, he didn't say, oh, women, it's your job to make guys not lust after you. He told the men control themselves. And just women, control yourself. You can't control what everybody else is going to do.
Did he say thou shalt not wear a miniskirt? Is that in there?
That's not in the Bible. There's no like exact dress code in the Bible. And I know a lot of people want to put all the blame on women and just be like, and I do think that modesty is important, but there's no exact dress code. And when you look at cultures and stuff, they're all going to be different. Look at Africa, like the women are topless there and it's normalized. It's a different thing. It's not a sexual thing. They can go out like that. So it's gonna be different. And I think that it's important to respect your culture. Like, people shouldn't be walking around everywhere topless here because that's not acceptable in our culture. But at the end of the day, you gotta, when it comes to life in general, it's my philosophy is I can focus on myself. I can't control what everybody else is going to do in life. And it's very, you can't have this victim mentality of shifting the blame on everything. You've got to take responsibility for yourself.
That is a great life advice, because that's something that, like, funnily enough, I realized that in yoga. When I'm like on my little like square of a mat, and all right, Chris, I can't hear you. Sorry.
I love that. This is just a very female moment that you're like, this is just like in yoga.
But like it really was like I had a like a crazy moment when I was younger where I felt like the world was so against me, and I'm like I can control what I do in this moment. I don't need to have the world against me. I'm just gonna be okay. I'm living here. I'm breathing here. I can only control this moment. I can't control everything else. This is my space. I'm gonna do what I need to do in order to feel happy.
Yeah.
When I have like a lustful thought and I might be doing something I remember I'm not alone, you know, there's somebody watching. So then I go unplug Alexa and then I do it.
They are watching.
AI women have already taken over. Look at Alexa.
Yeah.
Don't forget Siri.
Yeah, and Siri.
A lot of men are in the chat are like a lot of men in the chat are like, easy for you to say, like, you don't have a dick and a
nobody said it was easy. Life is hard.
Imperative to spread your seed. Yeah.
Life is hard, man. That it's everybody's got their own struggle, and hey, that's just how it is. We gotta look out for ourselves. Nobody said
it is worse for men, right? Because I don't lust after shit, like, ever.
Dude.
It's very rare. But when I do, I cannot be shocked. But that never happens. It's very rare. So
there we go. Yeah. Zach knows what's up. Listen to AI Batman.
Full circle.
When in doubt, listen to AI Batman.
Yep. Yeah, the Batman will definitely. I think that'll be a big help. I think people should start watching it.
It's like it's easy to like. I like SimpCast is now a religious show, but it's just always be checking in with yourself. If you're like in your I'm having fun stage of life, just keep checking in with yourself. Like, do I want to have a family? Do I want to have kids?
There's even a Bible verse I have for that. I don't remember word for word, but paraphrasing, it just says, hey, in your youth, have fun, do what you're going to do, but just remember you're going to be judged for it one day. So that needs to be in the back of your mind. Obviously, you know, accepting Jesus will God will forgive you and all that. So I'm not saying like, oh, you have to feel guilty about your past forever or whatever, but there's consequences to what we do. Whether it be, and just because we can be saved doesn't mean that there's still not going to be earthly consequences for the mistakes that we make as well, that affect us and further generations, that can affect your children, even that can carry on. Because I mean, yeah, people can call me crazy, but demons can get involved, and your children might have to suffer with things that the demons that you entertained, you know? So it's a big thing.
I'm thinking of a lot of my ex-boyfriends probably fall
entertained
into
a demon or two. I married one, actually.
That's Cecil's sitcom. So I married a demon. Antipathy, whatever. I can't read. What is an acceptable amount of jerky? How many jerks for how many hours is acceptable?
No.
Only Cecil can answer this, I think.
When it hurts, you got to stop.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Hurts.
I don't know why I was
one
thinking
more.
of beef jerky. I just oh my goodness.
You should just do it once a week and then do it once a month.
Once a month, LeeAnn. What are we, monks?
Save
We're
it
just
up.
trying to get in heaven. We're not running for God.
Save it.
Save your load.
Yeah.
A serious man who needs porn when there's SimpCast.
Oh
Very
my
true.
goodness.
I'm flattered. Please, if you're gonna jerk off to Melonie. No.
Please don't.
Send everyone the Batman in the chat
Just
right
Melonie. My mom had Cosmopolitan magazine. That was an early I thought this had sauce. That was an early source in the 80s to see some boobs. Lol. Yes, I remember Cosmo.
Yeah.
I remember I really wanted to subscribe to Cosmo magazine. And then I ultimately subscribed to the YM magazine, Young and Modern. I remember my sister was so pissed at me. She's like, "You're not ready for this. It's too soon." And I think I was like 14 or something. I was like, "It's a fucking magazine." Yeah. I was like, "Sorry, let me look at clothes I'll never be able to afford." Cheshire Grin base.
Remember the episode where George got caught masturbating by his mom? It was because she left the Marie Claire and he thought he was home alone.
Marie Claire? Oh, goodness. Thank you,
Dude,
Cheshire
those
Grin.
magazines are like sexual for no freaking reason. Cosmo, all that, like, wow.
All they do is have like sex tips. I'm like, how many are there? Like, you've been doing this for like 50 years. Like,
It's
you
recycled.
just
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's called.
weird.
I'll break down. I'll give you the what is that called? The fucking cliff notes. Blowjobs.
Yeah, sandwich. Be quiet.
Let me tell you, yeah, all these magazines with blowjob tips, like, let me say, girls, you don't know shit, so you put in your 10,000 hours, okay? None of the articles, none of the advice in all of the
It's like the
world.
white
You don't
chicks.
know anything. Exactly. It's like you got to be thrown to the wolves. You got to be thrown into that pool. You got to go through that boot camp. You know, you don't know what it's like to serve until you've been to Iraq, okay? You have to go into the field, is what I'm saying.
The fields.
Okay.
Make sure you trim it a bit.
Zamboni, my wife and I have been married for 18 years. We waited until marriage for 2 years. It was 100% worth it and still is. Married couples are naughtier than anyone you know. She is all I ever need. This is adorable.
Congratulations. That is just beautiful.
I love this.
That is beautiful.
They won't last.
No. Are you trying to say that
You'll be
you
swinging
are
in no time.
Yeah, Mo's like, I'm currently creating an AI goblin with 3 tits, and he'll be at the house in 3 weeks. Thank you, Mo. That's
Melonie, I want you to
inspiring.
make a video like the Batman one, where you're like reading a Bible passage and you're telling
There
them
we
not to
go.
masturbate.
That's a really good idea.
And I
Turn
can
the
use
chat
it as
off,
well.
or they'll make it
everyone can
filthy.
use it.
Yeah, I'll have to just turn comments off.
That's a great
Like,
idea.
read slower.
Oh God.
Dave
Get to
Chandler.
the Sodom and Gomorrah parts.
Thank you, Dave. Proud Boys started as a joke and became a national security issue. We're living in Wonderland, and Trump's the Mad Hatter. Yeah, how many indictments is he on now? It's cray. It just makes me love him even more. Will W, can I get some? Another advice person. Okay, can I get some advice? For a few months, I've been making a bunch of improvements to try to impress Melonie or whoever. Most relevantly, I recently started a recovery program for a legal addiction. Okay, maybe take Melonie specifically out of this.
Yeah, here's something I just really want to stress. I appreciate the comment, all this stuff. Appreciate that you supered here, but please, I stress this to everybody. Please do not try with the intent to be with me, because I've dealt with stalkers and stuff. Like, please, I just have to set these boundaries.
The fact that you have to say this,
I just have to. Like,
I, on the other hand, am welcoming applications to stalkers.
Cecil, we will guide you to Cecil, but please,
I
you
could
know
use
what?
a stalker.
I'm proud of you. Reading this does make me proud of you, but just saying, anybody who listens
Melonie,
to anything I have to
or
say,
whoever.
Please don't just
Or
think
whoever.
to yourself, I'm going to do this because I'm going to marry Melonie. Like, I just,
or whoever,
just please, or any of us on the panel except Cecil, because there's a
Follow me around. I would actually appreciate a strangling. I would enjoy the human contact.
Dude, I do what Melonie does, like on my OnlyFans. I'm like, don't spend all your money here because I'm never going to date you. I'm not going to call you. That's not why I'm here. I make sure they know that. I don't try to trick them. I don't want all their money. Like, don't spend all your money, dude. If you don't have it, then don't do it. Like, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to date you. That's never going to happen.
Yep,
say that.
I have this
blatantly.
no policy on anybody who sends me any money on my stream, on my like Twitch streams or Kick now, my gaming streams, or, you know, if they're supporting my YouTube channel, super chats, all that kind of stuff. It's like, I really appreciate it, but this is not a transactional thing. It's like you leave your waiter a tip. It's like, hey, I enjoy the content. Here's a tip. I do not do one-on-one private conversations.
If Melonie was on OnlyFans, that's a whole different story, but that's not what she's doing. And think of Melonie as almost like an example, and I get it, because there's people who like, they watch your content hours and hours, they feel like they know you, they go, oh my god, Melonie, LeeAnn, X-Ray girl, Christina, this is my type of girl, I think we would vibe. But it's like, remember that it is a one-way thing. You might feel like you know one of us really well, but we don't like, we would love to meet you at a meetup or whatever in a normal, like regular way. But remember that like what might feel like you knowing a lot about us is like, we don't know dick about you. So just keep that in mind. And like, you may not even be a creepy person, but that is that you're already setting up the dynamic. Like it's very uneven. And just think of Melonie as like a fake AI bot, like someone you're not going to get with because she's not real. She's just somebody in your computer.
There you go. Goblin real doll. If that helps.
And like, if my husband like that. If anything, and I know it's like, especially if like Melonie happens to or doesn't, it happens to be single at the time. You're like, oh my god, here's my chance. But it's like the point is to be like, wow, I want to meet someone who is religious, who is a carnivore, who is, you know, whatever. If you're like, wow, I want these values, it's like, focus on the values and where to go to find those women instead of zeroing in on like just one person, because you're limiting yourself so much when you zero in on just one person. And you're also setting yourself up for you got to set yourself up for success, right? Like, you wouldn't go fishing in a pond with just one fish and there's a bunch of other fishermen and they all have their dicks out and they're like, I gotta catch this one fish with brown hair. What do you have on your hook? I have steak on my hook. What do you have hook on your hook? I have bacon. What do you have on your hook? Oh, I have eggs and cheese. Oh my god, I want this fish so bad. No, you would go to a pond where maybe you are the only fisherman and you go, okay, there's a lot of fish here. Some of them are funny looking, some of them are floating to the top, but I'm the only fisherman here, and I'm going to chum the water. I'm going to cast my rod into this pot. Right? I think this metaphor is out of control.
That was great.
Casting your rod.
If I could give him real advice, Will W., who said that, you're concentrating on somebody who like, oh, she's pretty, she has values you like, she's into video games. There are girls within 5 minutes of you, dozens within 5 minutes of you that meet all the criteria that Melonie does. It's just that you're able to click on a thing and get Melonie on your screen right away.
Right.
Find them, they're there. But trust me, they are right around you and you don't even know it. And
it's easy because she's very accessible. She's right here. Exactly what Cecil said. You can click, there she is. But use her as a template of your type, not the one target. Because we like care and love and like, you know what I mean? Like, we're joking. I want everybody to like find their person, you know what I mean? And the way to do that is not just zero in on one person.
It's fine.
And also like here's the thing is like, you're probably a fine person and not creepy, but like Melonie is like, you know what I mean? Like her creep trigger is hair thin. So it's a hair trigger. It's like, imagine a dog with wheels for legs. No, I don't know what to compare it to.
Melonie has real legs. I've seen them. Okay.
I'm just saying she's been through a lot. Okay.
And I'll say this. You only get one facet of who we are here. It's not a full puzzle.
Trust me, I've got all kinds of issues. Like I am not this perfect human being. Like, I've got just as much issues as anybody else.
And I never want to disappoint anyone or like get their hopes up. Like, I'll help you find someone, but you know, I don't want to get your
Yeah.
hopes up and like do that. I don't lead people on. I don't like that. I don't know. No, I
Right,
know girls
yeah.
make way more money doing that, but I ain't doing that.
And that's the
Sorry.
thing is like
Right.
we're think of us as like entertainers
Mhm.
rather than like you're at speed dating. I don't know.
Yes.
But like tons of people fucking, you know, meet people. But I'm just saying, don't bank on that. Like, don't cast a wide net. Don't
Yeah, I like
like,
being
don't
social
limit
on
yourself.
social media, like with everyone. So, you know, I don't want to like do that. Like, oh yeah, if you give me money, I'll go on a date with you when they don't. Because girls do that. And I'm not gonna do that. That's fucked up, man.
Yep, right on.
I don't like that. And then you just put yourself in a bad position. Because I know girls that have gotten raped, stalked. One girl I know almost died at the strip club from doing that to
Oh
someone. Like,
goodness.
it's
Wow.
not a good idea. It's not.
Jeez.
So I don't do it ever. I don't want to go down that road.
Oh, it's Will
I'll
again.
shoot you if you come to my
Okay,
house.
I will. I should have read this like immediately after the other one. Not that I found a whoever. Do I make a move now to reduce pedestaling or wait a few weeks until my head's a bit clearer?
No,
Clearer. If you're, I would say if it's Melonie, don't make a move.
Right.
Yeah. I would say
No, he says
you're
he
just
has a whoever now in his
Okay.
life.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's obsessing on her and he is putting her on her pedestal. And no,
Okay.
just go
Don't
talk
put
to her.
anyone.
do
Don't put anyone on a pedestal.
Right. Don't.
Everyone sharts like you do. Everyone, you know, sometimes.
Your fucking metaphors today are pretty.
Yeah.
Everyone starts. I think of Melonie as a
Everyone
dog
shits
with
themselves
wheels.
just like you do. So
Now he's
a
jerking
dog
off
with
on
wheel
fishing
legs.
boats. Like, what the fuck is going on with you?
I don't know what I'm saying. Frank Wolf Connell, even as a porn producer, I wish there was a way to temp, mute, not safe for work Twitter accounts. Oh yeah, I know the feeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
some of them are
Aren't
bad.
they getting
man. Bad.
demonetized now? Or
On Twitter?
Yeah. I saw a post about that. 'cause
Really?
Ads don't want to be associated with that.
Oh, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, push-ups. Mel, wasn't Anita the first to try to cancel you?
She was one of the first. Yeah. She did kind of come for me on Twitter once years ago about Lara Croft. And I asked her further. I'm like, well, what's so offensive? Like, what is it that is so sexist about classic Lara Croft's design? And all she could say was she wears shorts.
Oh,
How
wow.
dare
Yeah.
How dare she?
Shorts, okay.
Funny.
I
Oh,
say
thanks
down
for-
with shorts,
Down with
Wow.
shorts.
up with mini skirts.
Up with
Oh my goodness.
Anna's live stream on Sarkeesian was funniest ever. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Push-ups. Thank you. From Slaglust, Movie Bob stalked Anita Sarkeesian. It was
Oh,
funny.
wow.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for that. Kalel, thanks for the super chat. Anita Sarkeesian is the one who once called Sargon of Akkad a garbage human at a VidCon panel she was on. Damn.
Wow.
Oof.
That's bold.
It's tough.
I like Sargon. He was enjoyable on FNT that time he was on.
Mm-hmm.
Must play reviews. Don't forget the best writer in video games is a woman, Amy Hennig. Neil Druckmann ran her off.
Huh.
Ooh.
I don't know about
was that
this.
who was writing for either Uncharted or I want to say the co-writer for Last of Us was another dude though. So I don't know, but Neil Druckmann definitely has ruined a lot. He's the insufferable male feminist who has been responsible.
Yeah, I definitely
for a lot
heard
of
that
stupid
name. I was
stuff.
like wondering, like, how do I know that name? But male
Yeah.
feminist is probably how.
Yay. Thank you, Bastard of America. Dave Chandler, my homie. The darkest segment of society. Right. Take a stroll through any inner city neighborhood around midnight, then get back to us. Oh, are you talking about that was from an hour ago. No, it's irrelevant. I'm sorry, Dave. Thank you, David McFarlane, for the super chat and nothing, which is sometimes says it all. Daniel Jagger, unpopular opinion: the gender culture war has some weird underlying aspect of sexual tension. Women acting bratty, needing an attitude adjustment. Oh, are you saying, Daniel? Are you saying they just need to get bumped? Is that what you're saying, Daniel? They just need a good
Spanking is in
wailing?
order, Daniel Jagger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You need an attitude adjustment.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a dog mask?
That is freaky.
What is this?
Oh my
Oh.
god.
What the?
Oh, it says, take me off the full screen. It's so humiliating.
Oh my
I hate it.
That looks so uncomfortable to wear.
It
No,
does.
Are you sticking your tongue out with that mask?
it's very breathable.
Cecil, is this going to be your next mask because you people were recognizing you too much?
Yes.
Imagine sweating in that. Like, it'd just be so
Oh,
uncomfortable.
God.
Daniel, I feel like this is something you would say to like somebody you're dating and then sort of like spank them or do whatever. But yeah, that's funny. That's for a special friend. Kuya, they should have spammed Anita with filet of fish with extra pickles and a large Sprite instead of threads. That's funny. That is someone from the Perry Caravello community. Thank you, Dave. The funniest part of this pic is the upper right corner. Justin Trudeau is listed as relevant people by Twitter. I mean, X.
wow.
Oh God, they're
No.
yeah. I mean, he's having a little bit of assistance there with that trend. Thank you, Dave. I'm still shadow banned on Twitter. It's so crazy. Like,
Oh my
Me too.
goodness.
I am definitely.
You know what? Yeah, I don't think I've seen a lot of y'all's tweets on my timeline lately. That sucks.
it's mostly
No.
dick jokes. From Suck It, Christina, what's OF handle again? It's for research.
What?
Oh, meaning like your only fan handle? I don't think Christina does.
I don't
OF.
have one.
It's never too late. A serious man. I never realized Tom Brady played for 3 different teams in 5 years and couldn't satisfy any of them. That's very funny. Thank you.
Apparently, we learn something every day.
And he didn't make any of his teammates come.
I don't know about 3 though. He was on Patriots and Buccaneers. Who else? Am I missing something? But I don't think he was on a third team.
Just 2.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
But he won 5 championships.
Right, yeah.
He's got 2 more to go to catch. He's hearing footsteps though.
Oh, Frank. I know Frank. My wife of 13 years is a porn star cam girl and has taken care of me through 2 bouts of cancer. That's love. That's dope. Good for you. See, and that's kind of different if it's like
her for taking care of
yeah. Everybody needs to find what works for them. Sean Green, Melanie Mac is divorced.
True, would not recommend.
That looks like Melanie Mac is divorced by Calvin Klein. Your gift with any $50 purchase at Macy's.
I can confirm it's not just paperwork. It's not a good thing to go through. Would not recommend.
You are divorced. Adam Choate, Larry King is the GOAT. Quantity over quality. I don't know.
Oh, I think he has like 8 marriages.
Ugh.
Wow.
Gross.
Arkham City Rules. Chrissy, come perform in Santa Barbara. Dude, let me tell you, I think I'm honing in on a whatever podcast appearance. So stay tuned. I think I will be. I think I'm trying to get on the whatever pod in September. Isabella, love you all lustfully. Ooh, how dare you? Don't look away. Isabella live. Christ said, "Give choice." Is that true, Melanie?
I think what he's inferring to is our free will. So yeah, I mean, we do have a choice whether we follow Christ or not. So
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh my god.
Noel, didn't Mia Khalifa also try to claim she was coerced into making her porn videos and the porn company released the forms she signed?
Yes.
That sounds familiar.
Really?
Dude, she lied and said she made like 12 grand whenever she was running like Bang Brothers social media. They have all the receipts. She made way more than that. So yeah, she fucking lied. She acted like she's a victim. That's why I don't like her. And she's like, I don't want to be associated with it, but still uses her porn name. So obviously you don't care that much.
Wow.
So bullshit.
Why change your name
Exactly.
And don't go on the internet anymore. It's super simple to not be famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No one would care, but she does it because she is
Just
alive.
go get a job and stop being online. Sorry, I was distracted before. There's a moth the size of a chihuahua flying around on this balcony. And my worst fear, not only do I hate bugs because of
I hate 'em.
for existing, but my worst fear is a bug or winged animal flying into my hair and I can't find it or get it out, or it's in my clothes or down my shirt and I have to like rip off my shirt in a panic and like make a scene. I hate the idea of an insect getting in my fucking hair. And
I have a story that'll freak you out. I have a neighbor of mine was riding like a bicycle at night and a moth hit him right in the ear and went in his ear and he had to go to the hospital and have it taken out. It went all the way in.
No way.
Yeah,
This
he
is
was
not
like,
true.
it was driving him insane. It was alive in his head going, but that's like, it just was like a bullet hitting a bullet. Basically, it went right into his ear canal while he was riding.
I would cry. I would die and cry. I would just kill myself. I'd be like, forget it. I'm done. Like, I'm just done with this world.
This moth is fucking dive bombing my table of friends. Like, it's literally doing kamikaze moves.
Hit it with something. Tell Gino to hit it with a
Kill
shirt.
it with fire!
Like whipping a towel. Like, kill it.
You're
They're just playing La Cucaracha. They're not doing anything.
Wait, I want to ask Christina something because you said you were working on the Whitmer stuff. Did you interview that guy they called Captain Autism? Like that one guy that the FBI was supposed to like coerced or whatever. He like lived in the basement of some vacuum shop.
Adam Fox, yes.
Oh, that's his name? Because they called him
his
like
name's
Captain Autism, and I was dying laughing. Well, Tucker Carlson called him that because he like found out from his friends that was like his nickname, and I was like, oh wow, that's the ringleader supposedly. So
yeah, like Adam was framed and set up by the FBI. It's really sad, and what they were demonstrating was that nobody saw him as like a leader. The FBI claimed he consolidated control of like a militia group that they basically took over. Like the FBI took over the group, and like none of these people even knew each other. The FBI introduced them all to each other, and then the FBI like hosted these FTXs and stuff. Very sad.
It is sad. That's such bullshit.
Yeah, Adam was very like gullible and naive and is like a really innocent person. He had no criminal record, and he's in Florence Supermax right now. And he just got threatened because he wanted to testify in the state case, the second state case, which is coming up this month. Sorry. It's actually very soon. Like, I think it starts the 21st. There's still 3 more guys facing state charges for providing material support and gang affiliation because they provided personnel, which means they showed up to like one of these government sponsored FTXs that, you know, they were invited to. They were there for a few hours and then left, and then boom, you can now be charged with like, this is just crazy stuff.
They did this years ago. After 9/11 is when they really started doing this. They started opening like chat rooms and getting like young Muslim guys in. And they would have a terror plot that these kids never were, but they were enticed into, and they kept telling. Then as soon as they were like, okay, they'd arrest them, and it's like, these kids were never going to do this shit. You literally recruited them to do it, and then and people were so mad. We really didn't like. We should have been up in arms about it, but we were actually pissed off about 9/11. So we were like, whatever, get these guys off the street. But they were doing this to those guys, and now they're doing it to.
That's
because
right.
if they're going to do it to them and they got away with it, they're going to just keep going.
That's exactly right. And then now they're criminalizing associations, and they're saying that 5 or more people that have like-minded beliefs or share similar goals are now a gang, and you can now be tried as a criminal gang. And it also gives them the ability to classify these groups as gangs and to create task forces, which gives them more access to FBI resources, and the FBI can work with state and local law enforcement through their fusion centers, and the entire thing is just insane. I'm just
some like Soviet Union type shit. Like that is
There are innocent people in prison. Adam is in Florence Supermax for 16 years. He wanted to testify for Eric Molitor at his trial this month. And Dana Nassel, the Attorney General of Michigan, said, well, if he does that, he's going to be charged in the state case. Like they're saying, oh, now he's an unindicted co-conspirator in the state case, which they haven't said for 3 years. So it's just outright like intimidation and yeah, very sad.
Yeah, that is crazy. Did they have like text or something or emails that they like were looking through and he said something like provoked?
No.
To like the FBI people?
No, there's text messages between the FBI agents and they use 12 informants, 2 undercover agents. There's text messages from the FBI to their informants saying, oh, try to, maximize attendance to this event. Try to invite this person. There's one text message from Jason Chambers, the main handling agent, to his informant, where he says mission is to kill the governor specifically. He was not talking about Whitmer. He was talking about Ralph Northam, because he was also trying to entrap a disabled Vietnam veteran from Virginia named Frank Butler. So there's like actual evidence in here that shows the FBI planned the entire thing, and then they lured people under false pretenses to like the so-called surveillance. So they talk about like this nighttime recon, that they were like casing her vacation cottage, but really the FBI rented the vehicles. Their informant was driving it. Their undercover agent, special agent Timothy Bates, was like in the passenger seat, and then he says, and it's picked up on an audio, like, did these guys know where we're going? And Barry, who is charged, he says destination unknown. Like he doesn't know where he's going. And he told me when I interviewed him that he was told they were going to be doing land navigation training, and that's how they like tricked them into showing up to this stuff. So the whole thing is just nonsense.
Yeah, that's crazy that they can go to jail for that. That's wild. Like, they're out of control, man.
Yeah,
like,
some of those guys, like, so two of them that were charged in the state case for, quote, providing material support, they're going to be in there for like 42 years. They won't get out until maybe 2063. One of them is 29 years old. He's got a wife and 2 young kids. It's just like insane, and it's really sad.
How is this happening? It just is so sad to see that this shit can happen so easily here.
It's
very disappointing.
So they got away with stuff that was kind of popular to do. Like I said, they were doing it to Muslims at a time when they were at the highest, people had a lot of anger and hate. So they got away with it there. It's just the same thing as banning Alex Jones. It's like, oh, it's popular to like, he's so outlandish that and really everybody should have been like, no.
And now look at it. Now they do it to everybody. Now it's been normalized. And now they indicted Trump, and Dana Nassel, the Michigan Attorney General, the same day Trump was indicted, she indicted her former political rival, the guy who like ran against her. The whole thing is nuts. Like, it's just crazy. And these people get away with it, especially in Michigan. Michigan's really bad. They've got like a real Democrat stronghold there.
Yeah, there's like not enough people to like stand up in these agencies and do something. That's like the most disappointing part to me. Yeah, like no one will do anything. Like there's that many cowards that won't like stick together, but like this is wrong.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's very disappointing.
Christina, do you think like are we in? This seems like an easy question, but like, are we in Banana Republic territory? Who would be in a position to thwart this? Because any of us, it feels like we can't do anything. So who would be the type of person to step in and make some change?
Well, I mean, the Republican Party could try to do something. Like they could attempt to defund the FBI. They just don't. They're like, oh, we'll cut $1 billion from their budget. This is like nothing to them.
Yeah. So
they never really come up with anything. They never really do anything. I don't really know what the answer is, because it seems like their budget just grows by the year, and they become more and more brazen, and no one is holding them accountable. And they have the courts. That's the other thing. If you look at like the Whitmer case, for example, those guys didn't have a fair trial. They didn't have the ability to even present a defense. They weren't allowed to question their accusers, these 12 informants. Most of them were kept off of the prevented from testifying. The three lead FBI agents who worked their case, the government didn't call them. And so they didn't even get to have them up there. And then they weren't allowed to bring anybody in as character witnesses for them because the government threatened all of their witnesses and told them that they were, under investigation and would potentially be charged with like providing material support. Like if somebody showed up to one of these FTXs, just like was randomly invited, because some of these events, they had like, 40 people, maybe more that showed up for this stuff. And so if you just showed up one time, you can be told that you're an unindicted co-conspirator. So if you just wanted to say, hey, I saw this is what I saw happen at this event, and it contradicts what the government is saying, they basically scared all these people.
They'll indict you.
Yeah, they're all working class people from like Michigan. They don't have lawyers. They have a court appointed like public defender that tells them, oh, don't say anything.
That's probably bought
scares
off
the
as
shit out of
well,
them.
so.
Yeah. And then they had crazy things happen where like the judge and the retrial. So the first trial in the federal case, 2 men were acquitted. They were exonerated after spending like 18 months in prison. And then there was a mistrial on the other 2. So the government secured 0 convictions at that first trial. So they retried Adam and Barry. And at the retrial, they just really went crazy with like not even having the pretense of like, this is a fair trial. Mm-hmm. They did things like they imposed time limits, but only on like the defense lawyers, not on the prosecutors. So, you only have 25 minutes to like cross-examine this person who took a plea deal and is like lying.
So we live in a banana republic.
Yeah. So you're not going to get a fair trial. And I've had people say things to me like, they think that this could never happen to them. Oh, I would never put myself in a situation where something like that could happen. And it's like, really? So one person who got invited to like some event that seemed like a normal thing that tons of people were showing up to, that was billed as like a family friendly thing with medical training, firearms training, stuff that is perfectly legal. You show up to that, you spend a couple hours there, and then you can be indicted and charged as a terrorist. Like, it's insane. That can happen to anybody. That's where we're at today, and that's why it's so important.
Yeah, all the people that think it can't happen to them, that's who it happens to. Like, you should never say that.
Yeah. Or you're in a chat room. Look at what happened to Ricky Vaughn, who's, they tried to send him to jail for 10 years because of memes from 2016, 4 years later. That's how vindictive these people are.
Wow.
I also like, oh God, sorry.
This chat from David Chandler kind of plays into this quote, militia groups, no, feds playing cosplay. I feel like a lot of the American public is now wise to FBI and government, integration into these groups and their influence. That can only be a positive, right? I mean, but I feel like these folks are difficult to suss out because they're very good at blending in, or I don't know. I guess it's up to the people in those
find
groups.
People that aren't smart, like the people in Antifa, like the ones that found out that there was FBI in sections of Antifa, they were pissed. And these people are like drug addicts and they're crazy. Like, what do you think is going to happen when they find out that everything you said was a lie and there's FBI agents running this shit, and some of them, like, they're not going to be too happy, but that is like what is happening because it's not what they signed up for.
Yeah, and the FBI outright creates these groups.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, I have stacks of like papers on my desk of their nonsense, where they've created like militia groups. They created this group called the Patriot 3%ers, and then they had their informants as like heads of different state chapters. That's what they do. They created another one called like the Midwest Coalition. It's just insane. Like, when you really think about the scale that they're operating on, where they're creating like these groups, like a nationwide militia group, that's nuts. And then having their informants just like leading these groups, administering Facebook pages. They were making Facebook pages for these people that they had targeted. They had a database, by the way, that they were giving their informants access to, people they wanted to target. And then just having these informants, and sometimes undercover FBI agents, they call them UCE, not UCE, that's undercover employee. That's for an undercover agent that's operating like in the physical world, but they have ones for like online undercover employee. It's like OCE or something weird. But anyways, they have sometimes actual FBI agents whose job it is to just pretend to be somebody online, and they'll like befriend people that they have decided to target, and then they just start working them. You know, Barry had like 3 of these people that, you know, reached out to him online. They use Facebook a lot. That's something I have noticed.
I don't use Facebook
with this story. So
Fuck
just,
that.
you know, for people who are part of any of these groups, you know, you think that some of these like militia groups are real, or like these pro 2A groups or whatever. Don't be like weary of like these groups. That's not to say that don't like do anything in real life. I think that people should do that and should be involved like politically. Just be very like careful and very smart, and understand that this is what they are doing, and there will be people that will reach out to you and could be questionable and might suggest things to you.
If people reach out to you on social media, I don't know, you got to be on like Telegram or Proton Mail. Facebook is very, especially if they start saying a bunch of crazy shit, I'd be like, you're fucking fed. Like, no. There's like way better ways to like do this without being on Facebook Messenger and shit. Like, that is ridiculous.
Also, it's for boomers.
Yeah.
I think
Do that.
I've gotten so jaded with this stuff that I think at this point, when you're like, oh, how come their budget keeps going up? Republicans are voting it for it too. I think for like the last 20 years, you couldn't get into office unless they had shit on you. Like, they would only let people run. Like, they have everyone's dirty secret. You like, if you're that's why Trump in a weird way was untouchable, because he's been vetted by the media. He's been on page 6 for fucking 40 years. There's nothing about him that we don't know. So they don't have shit on him because his life has been an open book. But all these politicians have affairs. They have, you know, they might be evangelicals that are gay or have meth problem, whatever, kids with drug problems. They have shit on everybody. They're not even going to let you get into office unless they have enough shit on you to make sure you're voting for their budget. You're never going to do anything to threaten their existence.
But what you can do, though, is you can pressure these people. You know, like, I'm trying to pressure the weaponization committee to look into like the Whitmer case. But they haven't even really looked into J6. So we'll see.
No.
But I think that's what you have to do at this point. Like, you just have to get enough like pressure on these people and have enough people harassing them that they'll kind of do something performative, and they'll be like, well, at least they'll have some hearings, and like, you know, they'll do a strongly worded letter or whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, Christina, that came out of nowhere, but I loved it. I think the chat that I knew you were waiting to unleash your fury on the chat. I was like, these people are not ready for what you have. What you're coming at with them here. A couple more relevant soupies. Yes, from Isabella Live. CIA is the Illuminati. Thank you. Oh my God! And you said the exact same thing. Arkham CIA is the Illuminati. Jinx, you guys are daisy chained now. Here's one for Melonie, Kal-El. All you guys need to remember, yes, Melonie is hot, but every time she snacks in bed, you will have to clean all the melted butter on the show.
Oh my God. Melted butter and beef jerky crumbs.
Yes. There's going to be nacho cheese made of carnivore crisps. It's going to be a
there
whole
we
mess.
go.
Let me just make sure. Melonie has to run. Let me make sure there aren't any Melonie related questions in the chat here from Arkham City Rules. Melonie, want to go buy some painkillers with me?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Now that is a good. That's like, to me, that is a unique date invite. You know, at least he's thinking outside the box. He's not saying a movie.
My
Like,
gosh.
let's get some painkillers.
Wow, a lot of good examples of things maybe not to say, but this is great. This is healthy. Austin Brown, yay! Melonie's here. Thank you, Austin. And I know X-Ray Girl has to scram also. Before they scram, Melonie, what is coming up for you? First of all, thank you so much. This was such a one of my favorite episodes. I feel like we covered a lot.
Okay, I was a little worried because I was like, man, I hope I just didn't come on too strong with like the Bible and stuff.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, it's
Everyone
a
has
big
to, like,
part
we
of
like
me.
different things.
Yeah, it's
like-
hard for me to separate that. But when I do that, it's I don't expect everybody to have to live like that. Like the other super chat said, like God gives us a choice whether we want to follow Christ or not. So I'm not.
That's
you
what
know,
I
it's
always
just a
tell
big
people when
part
they're
of
fucking
me.
with
So.
you on Twitter. I'm like, dude, she's not telling you to do that. She's just telling you what she believes. Like, leave her alone. Like, she's nice. She doesn't hate anyone or do anything. Like, leave her the fuck alone. I get so mad because you're not like that. You're not like one of those Christians that are like, oh, fuck you. You're gonna burn in hell, asshole.
Right.
Like the cocky ones all over TikTok that I get in arguments with. Like, you are not like that. You're sweet and you just mind your business. You just speak what you believe, and everyone has the right to do that. So.
Yeah,
She actually said that to me at Christie's wedding, though.
I did. All right. Well, you guys can follow me at Melonie Mac Go Boom on YouTube, where I upload like nerdy social commentary type topics, and then on my streams at kick.com/Melonie Mac, which I don't have a schedule there. It's just whenever I feel like it lately, but yeah, that's where I play my video games and stuff.
Are you going to be in Houston this week?
Yes. Are you?
Yay!
Yay! I can only be there for one day though, but
Are you going to be at Chrissy's show?
No, I'm only going to be there for Sunday for the panel.
Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
Sunday, one day. Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Melonie. You're
Thank
the best.
you. Good night.
Love you. Love you long time. X-Ray girl, thank you for jumping on. This flew by today. I blinked and we were like at 3.5 hours. So
it was funny. I was like sitting on the toilet when I went on my break. And I'm like, I'm tired. I probably should go to bed soon. I was just like sat there for a moment. I'm like, yeah, get up. You got to get up.
You're the best. Thank you so much for coming on, X-Ray girl. We love you. What is coming up?
I am watching the next two. I keep forgetting the title of these episodes. The Doctor Who, Empty Child, and the Doctor Dances tomorrow, and then doing a review with Zia on my channel, 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to catch us there, I think Mark the Cyber is going to be there, and I'm going to throw an invite to Gary because he loves the episode of The Empty Child. So if you want to see him possibly come, on my channel, and I play Remnant 2 right now, Baldur's Gate 3, and Final Fantasy 14. So if you want to see that, my channel.
Sweet.
Right.
Sweet. Thank you, X-Ray girl.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye, LeeAnn. Bye, Christina.
Bye, X-Ray. Bye. Wow, we jumped around a lot. I had an article queued up about why AI is going to take more women's jobs than men, and I was like, oh, this is so interesting, because I meant to come back around to this earlier because I'm like, what if this AI porn bot thing does lead us to a place, as the pendulum maybe does. We have high school boys trending more conservative, AI bots are taking over, who knows, maybe 80% of the OnlyFans jobs. Maybe that's going to contribute to the swinging back of oh well, shit, maybe they'll be more conservative, maybe they'll be more promotion of the family, more traditional, who knows. It's interesting that it's all happening at the same time, though.
It is. That's why I don't even care about OnlyFans. I feel like everything is so over sexualized. I don't want to do it. Who cares? You could see it everywhere. I'm literally gonna paint my fucking porch on there, okay? Because who cares? All the other shit, it's been done. It's
with your feet.
What's that?
With your feet?
No, see, I don't do any of that either. I don't know. I'm just gonna paint my porch and I don't know. I make conspiracy videos because who cares? It's everywhere. It's so overdone and it's not exciting anymore. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Oh, Frank's
I like your sales technique is to undersell. I know
that's the best. LeeAnn is the most humble. She's so amazing and so humble. Wow, thank you, Frank. I mean, he's sitting 20 feet away from me. The Friend Coalition, 20 feet from you, have a FMK for Cecil, mainly to make him uncomfortable. Melonie, LeeAnn, X-Ray, don't kill the messenger. Okay, so fuck, marry, kill. Melonie Mac, LeeAnn Star, X-Ray Girl. I mean, 2 of these people are gone, so I don't know if that's gonna affect your answer. Take your time.
You can kill me. I
Well,
want
who
to
are
anyway. So.
God, are you depressed today or something? Don't.
LeeAnn's just trying to be easy.
Well, I mean, X-Ray's married, so.
Okay, this is a world where anything can happen. You can dissolve. Well, I don't know. Right? Is this like in a perfect world situation? Nobody has any
like, we're not
relationships.
gonna actually hold you to this. Like, I can't believe that you said you would kill me. Oh my
All
god.
right, so here's what X-Ray is married, so I'm gonna kill her and free Mark. You're welcome. No, I'm joking.
Free him. Free Mark.
I'm like the Abraham Lincoln of this. No, I guess. I think I'm banging LeeAnn and marrying Melonie.
Oh.
Or either one. That's fine. Flip it. I'm just happy to be in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have different answers in the chat. F Melonie, M X-Ray,
Oh
K.
just wrote
Hey,
kill 'em all.
LeeAnn. No.
Thank you.
No. This is
I'm fine
terrible.
with it.
Marshall, I would fuck Frank, then kill, then forget. Wow, what the fuck?
Hold the phone. Let's Marshall Boppy. I would F Frank, then K, forget M. I'll figure that out later. That's concerning. You have to do a wellness check on Marshall. Oh wow. Thank you for the pink boy, Tunberry Master. Thanks for entertainment, ladies. And Cecil. Thank you, Tun. You're the best. Thank you for the pink boy. I should do
He
some
left
sort
me
of
out on purpose. He had $50 worth of words. He could have said "and Cecil."
I should do a fight milk.
Tell Cecil I'm watching them.
The microphone's right there, Marshall. Tell him
Hey,
yourself.
Cecil, how you doing?
Do you want to say hi?
The girl's flirting with me in the chat, man.
I'm watching you,
You
and I'm coming for you.
Why don't you put her on a leash before I do?
What the hell?
I don't know why I entertain these people.
All right.
Oh,
You
right?
guys, are you guys drinking?
Yes. I'm drinking everything. There's no alcohol left here. Push-ups, Chrissy, there's an index in the back of the King James version I gave you. Check out what it says about love and marriage. Proverbs 31 is the guide for wives. Oh, I don't need a guide for wives. I've put in my 10,000 hours. Rex, when did Tim Pool get a TRT beard? I don't know what a TRT beard is.
What does that mean?
That's
does that mean?
testosterone replacement therapy.
What does that even mean?
I don't know what all
I don't
these
know,
like
you don't grow a beard from that.
these letters mean.
I don't either. Christopher,
I want to change my answer now that I see Lindsay.
Okay.
I'm gonna bang Lindsay, marry Lindsay, and
Yeah.
kill Marshall.
Wow. Thank you, Christopher, for thinking of me when you sin. Appreciate the faps. N7 Spartan, thank you for the deucer. Patriotic Estelle, great 2+ hours show so far. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Sif. Christopher again. Best bait for fishing is chloroform. You can catch a lot. Okay, terrible advice. That's a terrible idea. Zato. Hi, Christina. How are you enjoying SimpCast so far?
So
Ooh.
far, so good.
You know what I should have done earlier is engage you on topics that you could rant about, or maybe you were being like too polite and not wanting to like interrupt. I should have said to you, look, we constantly interrupt each other for 3+ hours until one of us passes out.
Oh,
And that's the gist of the show. No, but you're doing great. I adore you, and come back anytime.
thank you.
The N7 Spartan. Anita is also the reason Cortana is censored in Halo 5 and Infinite, yet she's an AI whose privates are obscured. Like, come on. All right, that's almost too nerdy to even read and handle.
I think they had hot characters that got desexualized in these games.
Okay. Joshua, yes. Hello, Christina. Welcome to the show. Yes, everyone is enjoying your wisdom drops, wisdom bombs. Market Reality.
Pinball machine back there.
Yeah, that's cool. What game is that?
It's the Addams Family.
Oh, da-na-na-na.
It's
Marco-
really cool.
That's an awesome machine. Take reinforcements with you to the whatever podcast. I don't know what that means. I have a pink taser.
Probably people. Other people.
Mong. I came here for
I'll dress
Brittany
as
Venti.
Warlock.
Where is she? I don't know. I think she said she had a Wi-Fi issue. What did she say? What did she
has
say?
PMS.
What did she say? She said something. Let's go to the chat. She said she was feeling dizzy and might pop in later. Okay. We missed the Britler, but she will be at Anime Matsuri. So come see us all at the SimpCast panel Sunday at 1 p.m. So that should be really fun. Zach, I saw a video where this person had an irritated ear. They put in hydrogen peroxide and a spider came out. It really freaked me out.
Oh my god. Why
That
would you
is
say that?
absolute
God.
nightmare fuel.
That's
Dave
terrible.
Chandler, we've reached Caligula stage. Sex is boring now. Oh my god, I know what you mean. I mean, I don't because my sex life is flourishing and fun. Lindsay Sabadouche, please wellness check Bobby. He's not well. Valley Low, Marshall, those eyes. Oh my god, Marshall has eye simps in the chat. And lastly, from Andrew Robb, I mean, with Married, aren't you doing all three of that game? Marry, effing, and killing each other slowly?
Yes. Oh,
that is dark, Andrew.
Not a nice way to look at it.
That is wow. You seem a little black-pilled there, my friend.
That reminds me
Hopefully
of that
not.
Henny Youngman joke. Why do men die sooner? They want to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Wow.
Why
I
do
resent
men
this.
die before their wives? That's
it was not 100,000. It was way more than that. Okay.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. Being fun. My God, what a fun show. What an amazing time we had tonight. Cecil, my love, tell everybody where they can find you and what's coming up.
I will be on Thursday. I'll be at Anime Matsuri in Houston. I'll be at your show Friday night at the Secret Place.
The secret group.
Secret group, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And and then after that, I'm going to drive to Dallas, and I'll be doing Alex Stein's show Tuesday night in Dallas, and then I'll be back home next week for the Jack show.
And Lila Hart will be at that SimpCast panel,
Lila.
and at Anime Matsuri, and at the shows in Austin next Wednesday at 8.
And I might see her in Dallas. Maybe I'll
Friday.
go out to dinner while I'm there.
That's gonna be fun. Christina, my love, Radix Verum, what's coming up for you? Where can people find you?
Well, my channel, Radix Verum. Also, my documentary channel, which is just K&K Film. I'm gonna try to get some stuff up there, some little clips of footage that I've gotten because I'm super excited about it. I think the quality of it is just going to be amazing. And I don't really see anybody on our side of things doing something like that level of quality, production and just making films anyway. So I'm just really excited to get the documentary done. And hopefully it's going to be done by the end of the year. But yeah, so you can follow me on my channel. I kind of upload sporadically. I mean, I don't really have a schedule. It's just whenever I feel like talking about something.
Good for you. Documentaries are super hard to do. That is a mega commitment. So
Yes.
props to you for attempting it and following
Thank
through.
you.
Yes, Christina, you're the best. Everyone loved you. Come back anytime. LeeAnn Star. Love the top. Love the matching eyeshadow.
Oh, thanks. So tired, so sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend. I just play Twitch now. I play Resident Evil. I need to finish it, so I'm gonna be on tomorrow on Twitch. And it's LeeAnn Star everywhere, or LeeAnn Star 23. But yeah, I really need to finish this fucking game because it's pissing me off.
Aw, how far away are you?
On the game?
Yeah.
A little bit over halfway, so
Which
Even though I
game?
have beat it before, it's very underwhelming end, but whatever. It's the original one, the OG.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at you, secret nerd.
I play all of them, so yeah. I've been playing games since I was a fetus. Since I was like so young, I've always played video games. I just don't
that's
stream
cool.
that much because I don't ever feel like it. I only do it when I feel like it. So yeah.
That's
I
that's
can.
why you're awesome, because you're never like ever phoning it in. You're always like bringing it, and every time I come across a video or a rant of yours, I love it because you do what you're passionate about, and that always comes through. You're never just like I guess. So
I do because I
I
want
saw
to.
your rant yesterday. I think it was yesterday where you were saying how you would try to actually volunteer down at the border, and they were like, "No." That was
Yep.
pretty wild.
Yeah, I've been
What?
waiting for months.
They said no.
Yeah, I
That's-
applied to be a border agent months ago because I know people at the FBI and stuff because I work with trafficked victims since 2011. And I had him like figure it out. I was like, no one's getting back to me. Like they need people. So finally the other day he was like, yeah, they're not going to hire you because it's not because I have OnlyFans. I know some people might think that. They literally don't care. There's border agents that have OnlyFans. Okay. But it was because I work with trafficking victims. So yeah, they're not going to hire me because of that.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
You would
I mean,
think that
that's
would
why I
make you
wanted
an
to do
asset,
those,
though. Why
'cause-
wouldn't that make you like an asset to them? Because you
I
would
don't-
be somebody that would have knowledge of like signs of
They
somebody
don't
who's
want you to. That's the
yeah,
problem.
exactly. Because they don't
Like
wanna
the
solve-
guy I've been working with since 2011 in the FBI, like him and other people lower there will bring up shit about trafficking. They'll have information. I'll give them information. A lot of people do. And quite literally, they will be told to fuck off a lot of times. And this has been going on for years. Like they do not care.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's
too
wild.
busy
They don't want to report it.
manufacturing plots.
Those numbers are embarrassing for them, so they'd rather have it unreported and ignored rather than deal with
Yeah,
how
I've written to AOC probably like 15 times. I made videos towards her. I'm like, dude, go down to the fucking border like you did with Trump because there's literally kids dying and being assaulted. Like they'll never tell us the real number, but there's a lot. There's a lot, dude. And it's bad. But she never answers me, of course.
Well, we appreciate you, LeeAnn. Your facts, your hot takes, and of course your boobs. Speaking of boobs, you can come see me and my boobs in Texas next week. I'll be in Austin at Roscoe's Comedy Club Wednesday at 8:00 with Lila Hart. So get your tickets now for that show. Come see us at Anime Matsuri all weekend. We'll be at the Secret Group August 11th. I think that's a Friday. Yeah, that's Friday in Houston, 7:00 show at the Secret Group. Then you can come catch us at the Liberty Awards in Austin Saturday. I think that's at the Vulcan. And then we're going back to the convention. So go to ChrissieMayr.com for tickets. Very much looking forward to hanging with Cecil and Melonie and Lila and Venti. And I think Ashton Birdie will all be at the
Alex
convention.
and Gary.
And Alex and Gary and Critical
Ashton,
Drinker. And
Garrett,
yeah.
Garrett and
Garrett.
Drinker, and we have a whole big
Yeah.
crew.
It's going to be a
And
blast.
Vic will be there.
And Vic Mignogna. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your comments and questions. We appreciate you. And we simp for you back. Love you. See you next time. Bye.